And we are live. We are live. We are live. Welcome to the Sunday service, everyone. Thank you so much for coming in. I see birds. I see Ola Joe. I see Miss TikTok. I see you guys have already arrived at the Sunday service. Thank you so much for coming in. I see Teresa Myers. I really appreciate you stopping by. So, guys, as we wait for you guys to make sure you are settled on your seats at the Sunday service. I am going to make sure that at least we make sure that our guest feels very warm. In case you're not yet connected to Cheryl, make sure that you're part of this beautiful community. All right, so Cheryl, welcome. Nice to see you. I know they're going to take about 10 minutes, like settling, but I can see them arriving fast and furious, ready for the Sunday service. Thank God we are not late because there's somebody in this community. I've not seen them on the chat. Are they noticed that I'm 5 minutes late? I will not have had the end of it. But I'm glad that they're not. I'm glad that they are not here to like confirm. To confirm that. But welcome, Cheryl. Thank you so much for coming in. And thank you so much. I see 7 million people in the house. Please make sure you give us a thumbs up if you haven't already. If you have not given us a thumbs up, hit that thumbs up button. There's a link that is pinned on top of my chat. It will take you over to Cheryl's live stream. We are multi-streaming, guys. We are multi-streaming on both Cheryl's side and my side. So click on the pinned link. It will throw you over to Cheryl's live stream. You need to support this beautiful lady. Jump over there and make sure you are watching from Cheryl's side of the show. Cheryl, what's your favorite color?
Blue, of course.
Blue. Okay. Yeah, guys, you can drop some nice blue and white hearts. You can see bounce to better health. Yes, feel free to drop those nice hearts for Cheryl over on her live stream. I want to see you guys. You know, Cheryl does not do a lot of live streams. Cheryl does more videos. So I want you guys to jump over there, watch the Sunday service from there. We'll figure out how you'll come back when the interview is over. Thank you so much for doing that. I see Auntie, I see Trini coming through with the receipts. I see Thrive and Glow with Joe. Thank you so much, guys, for landing there. I see Hajarine. Hajarine, I hope you got your destination safely. Oh my goodness, everybody's giving you a lot of love, Cheryl. I see Anastasia, blessed. Thank you guys for making it on time to the Sunday service. I always have to make noise at these people, Cheryl, for coming late to the Sunday service. They've kept time today. So and I always blackmail them that if they are late, I'm going to like discuss their receipts. So sometimes you have to do what you have to do. Welcome, Cooking with Naskimani. Naskimani, thank you so much for connecting and welcome once again. I see Food Court Zaika. Welcome, Food Court. I see Simone TV in the building. Happy Sunday. We are going to turn the Sunday service anthem, and later on I'm going to release a new song that was sent to me the other day. It's going to be a very beautiful song. You're going to love it. But for now, let's get the Sunday service anthem ready so that you guys can connect. Yeah, and get to know. Let me see that I can share her channel out so that you can see the channel that you need to connect to. Should be here. Where did it go? Let's see that I can see it. Yes. Cheryl channel. Right, I got it. Yes, so it should be here. Guys, sorry, I have like a lot of tabs to open. Like, this is what happens when you're supporting like a million people. There we go. There we go. So that is Cheryl's house, guys. Make sure you are connected. 15 million people in the house. Make sure you're part of that beautiful community. I see 7 minutes with Cheryl there. I see Miss TikTok. I see Vico Real Space. I see Food Court Zaika and says, I am joining Brother Village. Thank you so much for coming in. I see Anastasia Blessed. I see East African Workout Girl. Thank you everyone for coming in. Oh my goodness. And for keeping time. Oh my god. I love it when people keep time because it means we are going to like be on time at the Sunday service. Thank you so much. And thanks so much for the love you are giving over to Cheryl. I see SMS. Oh guys, I'm overwhelmed. Cheryl, these people are giving you a lot of love. Drop a lot of blue hearts and white hearts on Cheryl's live stream in case you're watching from Cheryl's side. Make sure that she feels the love. Yes, Mystic Auntie has gotten it. Make sure you drop the blue and the white hearts for Cheryl. She blue is her favorite color, and she's wearing a very nice blue shirt with a white writing. make sure you type those blue and white hearts over on her chat. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. I see you guys. SMS, go to Cheryl's live stream. The link is pinned there. I know you are not connected to her. Go there, jump there real quick so that you can you can be part of that. The blue hearts have been dropped over on Cheryl's chat. Thank you, everyone. Appreciate that. I love that. Maybe I can give you I can give Cheryl a chance to just say hi to you guys before I introduce her. Cheryl, how are you feeling?
Good.
The music is too loud. Let me reduce it.
Welcome, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Cheryl, for agreeing to be our co-host. Yes, and I think, and I'm so happy that you guys have really kept time to make sure that this Sunday service is a success. If you're not yet connected to Rebounding with Cheryl, this is one human being you need to know. Like, you need to know this beautiful human being. She's one of the most supportive creators, and I just got introduced to her like a few months ago. And I have seen her in the community, and she moves with a lot of support. She has a very nice energy around her. And when people said, Goga, you need to have Cheryl at the Sunday service, I said, give the people what they want. And Cheryl agreed and said, Goga will be happy to co-host the Sunday service. And it's been a couple of planning. I think we started having this conversation over a month ago. And eventually, we picked on a date, and the date has finally come to pass. So thank you so much, Cheryl, for making this happen.
Thank you.
Right. Yeah, I see a lot of people coming through on the chat. The boss, Hajarin, says, you look amazing, Cheryl. You look amazing. Yes, it's amazing. It's amazing. Yeah, and I think I like those compliments coming in. Guys, don't be slow on the bring those compliments. We welcome compliments. We welcome receipts. We welcome. I do not just say receipts. We welcome compliments. We welcome all these amazing things you guys are saying. And even Miss TikTok says Cheryl is one of the most amazing supporters on YouTube. I agree. I totally agree. Can I ask a personal question to Cheryl? SMS, yes. Be very careful. No, Cheryl, I have to manage these people, because these handsome men who come to the Sunday service, they can put you on the spot. Yes. SMS, can you ask that question? Then I will decide whether I'm going to show Cheryl the question, or ask the question, then I will know. This man, I don't trust the Sunday service, and they want to ask beautiful guests questions. It never ends well. So that's why I have to manage them, because I know them. Yeah, you guys are laughing because everybody on the chat is laughing because clearly they know. SMS, if you want me to read your question, go and type it over at Cheryl's live stream. I will be able to read it there. David Hunt, welcome. I hope you're doing well. Welcome, and I hope you're back from retirement. Thanks so much, David Hunt, for coming in. Miss TikTok is saying she's so pretty. I know, guys. She looks amazing. Yeah, she looks like a doll. She looks very nice. She looks very nice.
Thank you.
The question has been withdrawn, Cheryl. I could see the man from a mile away, but I know you'll find a way to ask indirectly. SMS, your wife is watching the Sunday service. I don't want to get into problems. SMS, you know your wife is a super fan of my channel. Don't make me get into trouble with your wife because I made you ask the guest a personal question and then it backfires on us. Please, when you come to the Sunday service, make sure you ask questions that are not going to incriminate you and cause you tantrums in your home. Okay. Thank you so much for that. But the fact that he has withdrawn means the question was going to be SMS. If you ask whether Cheryl is single, no, she's not single. She's taken. The husband knows she's at the Sunday service. She's not available. I've answered on her behalf. I've answered on her behalf. This TikTok says, Cheryl, you need to be on TV.
Aw. Thank you, Miss TT. You're so sweet.
You're so lovely. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much, guys. I love this. I like how people are already starting receipts too early, and I like how you guys are connected to Cheryl. Guys, be part of that community. It's a monetized channel as well. Make sure you give us support as well. So you'll be able to see like it's a monetized channel. make sure you connect to that particular channel as well, and get to support her as well. We welcome support in all forms. We welcome support in all forms. And congratulations to Miss TikTok, who is also on the chat on her 1 year anniversary on YouTube that is celebrated yesterday. And to Miss Kevnish, it's amazing. We'll be celebrating her 2 year anniversary on the YouTube platform in the next like couple of hours. I think it's in the next like 6 hours or so. So feel free to ask. Feel free to drop your questions on the chat. I'll be able to like put a star on them, and then Cheryl will answer them as we keep on talking at the Sunday service. So without further ado, allow me to introduce our guests, and then we need to start this chat because we have a lot of things to unpack. We have a lot of things to discuss, and I have to make sure that I respect the guest's time. So let me allow me to introduce Cheryl. I'm going to read a quick biography on who our guest is, and then once I finish that conversation, we'll be able to like. Once I finish reading that biography, we'll be able to like have Cheryl introduce herself, and then we can get the show started. So make sure that you're there on her live stream. Make sure you're throwing those nice hearts and love. Make sure you're affirming her. We like affirmations. We like being affirmed. And Cheryl rarely does live streams, by the way. So it's a unique experience for her to be on a live stream. So make sure you give her that support. You always see her on all your live streams. So make sure today she gets that love that she normally shares with all of us on our live stream. Bev Artist Kitchen, welcome, and thank you so much for coming in. Once again, the link that is pinned on top of my chat, it will throw you over to Cheryl's live stream. Make sure you click on that link. Go and watch the show from there. Stay there. I'll share some receipts there shortly. Shortly. All right. Without further ado, yes. And those of you are under Goga, can you share the channel again? Here it is. That is the channel. You can see the pink going on there. Rebounding for women 50 plus. I know there are men on Cheryl's live stream, guys. I know there are some men here like David Andrew is like 50 plus. David, even you can jump on that rebounder. I just imagine David jumping on a rebounder and I can't unsee. David, you can also bound on the rebound. You can also jump on the rebounder when you are doing your piano thing. Make sure you are connected. Make sure you're connected to Cheryl. Miss Titi, I think you can also jump, and I think Miss TikTok and Cheryl are going to meet one of these days, and she's going to jump on the rebounder. So I'm really looking forward to that collaboration. So make sure you are connected to us so that you don't miss out on anything that will be unleashed in the future in terms of the content. Right. Without further ado, let me say that I can stop the music temporarily so that we can introduce the beautiful guests you guys are seeing on the screen. Right, there we go. I will pause it a bit. There we go. Okay, there we go. Cheryl, I know Cheryl has been here. We've been here like with that before even the time, before even the time reached. So I'm so glad that she kept time as well. And Redzum is in the building. Thanks so much, Reds. Redzum is saying, I just shared out the live. Thank you so much, Redzum, and nice to see you, brother. Thank you so much for coming in. Even though you sent people in the future, and Cheryl and I were discussing those receipts just before we came on the live. Cheryl, let me ask you a question before I read the biography. You are on that flight, right? That took place 2 days ago, right?
Yes.
When people landed where we were sent, what were your first impressions? Because I think you are among the first passengers who landed in the future.
Exactly. I was like, where was I? I was lost out in space somewhere. I felt like I was on a spaceship. Like I was going to the moon or someplace 10 days later or something. I'm like, how do I get back? Where am I going? I was like circling and trying to figure out how to get there. And then I remembered, oh yeah, okay. I remember I just got to find my way. I got to take an Uber. I got to walk. I got a bike. I got to figure out some way to get over there. But yeah, I don't know where we were.
And even Ajarin says she has plenty of receipts. Yeah, let me tell you, she knows all the receipts. And Cheryl is not loud like us. Cheryl is very demure. She's very polished. She's not going to start screaming and get chaotic with receipts. She's just going to keep them to herself, but she will know all the receipts that went down. And then Ajarin says, when I grow up, I want to be just like her. And then there's a very beautiful comment that came in
Thank
here, and I know you're going to talk about this later when you talk to us about brand deals. The boss says, Cheryl, I tried to get a collaboration with Beacon. They told me I did not have enough traffic. I see you landed it with them. So just one of the questions.
Yes.
Yeah, one of
Yes,
the questions.
they reached out to me. That's going to be released on Memorial Day next Monday. As a matter of
Okay.
fact, it's behind this one. I can't show it to you because it's a secret.
Okay.
It's a secret. But I will put in a word for you, Hajareen.
Wow. Look at Hajareen, you're welcome. Look at this connection, divine connection happening at the Sunday
Exactly.
service.
That's what's good about the community. It's so important for us to have community. But that's a little later. We'll talk about that.
I love that. I'll put us down it, and then you can also just talk to us about more of the brand deals, because I know you've also been a very big advocate when it comes to getting these brand deals. All right. Allow me, guys, to read this quick biography, and then we can, let me just get the mood. Let me just test Cheryl's mood. Cheryl, are you still feeling anxious, or do you feel welcomed enough, or do you want me to tell them? Do you want me to blackmail them to welcome you more? Do you feel like more relaxed?
We're good. You can go. Okay, I'm fine. You can
Just
go.
check it in, because guys, if you have not yet dropped Cheryl a blue heart on her live stream, we are multi-streaming both here and in the United States. Jump over to our live stream and make sure that you give her the nice blue heart. And then of course we'll be able to make sure that at least you guys are already locked at the Sunday service. So make sure you do that. Real quick as I read this. So I'm going to put her on solo layout on our own screen so that you guys can see her very well. It's the background for me, guys. It's the background, it's the branding, it's the shirt, it's everything. And it's so bright there in the States today. It looks very beautiful. But yes, in case you're not yet connected to Cheryl, jump over on a live stream and then be part of that community. I'm going to read a quick biography, and then we'll be able to get started. Clears the throat. Cheryl is a woman whose life and message embody resilience, faith, healing, and hope. She's the creator behind a growing community dedicated to helping women over 50 rediscover their strength, confidence, and vitality through gentle, low-impact rebounder workouts that can be done right from home. Her journey into health and wellness was born out of a profound personal struggle. While living with the excruciating pain of trigeminal neuralgia, Cheryl turned to prayer, perseverance, and the simple practice of a daily health bounce. Through that commitment, she began experiencing relief and a renewed sense of hope. What started as part of her healing journey eventually became her life's mission. In 2023, Cheryl became a certified jump spot rebounding fitness instructor. And since then, she has dedicated herself to guiding women, especially those restarting their fitness journey, toward greater strength, balance, energy, and confidence. Through our easy-to-follow workouts, beginner-friendly guidance, safe modifications, and unwavering encouragement, Cheryl has also created more than just a fitness platform. She has built a faith-filled community where women feel seen, supported, and empowered. But Cheryl's story extends far beyond physical wellness. Nearly 19 years ago, Cheryl experienced the most devastating loss of her daughter, Lisa, a tragedy that changed her life forever. Out of that deep grief emerged another calling to speak about healing, forgiveness, and finding hope after unimaginable pain.
Yes.
Her second platform, she has a new channel that is growing, 7 Minutes with Cheryl. She shares uplifting, faith-rooted messages for those who are navigating grief, trauma, pain, and the difficult process of forgiveness. Her testimony is one of choosing faith over bitterness and discovering that healing is possible even in life's darkest seasons. She's also a published author, and she's going to talk to us about the book shortly. And today, Cheryl continues to inspire countless people through both movement and ministry, reminding others that no matter how painful the season, hope can rise again.
That's right.
Hope can
That's
rise
right.
again.
Amen.
And just to give a disclaimer, just a quick disclaimer, because there are some parts of these conversations that may get a bit sensitive later on in the live stream. So I will just keep reminding you that of that, especially when we'll be discussing about the daughter. It may get emotionally difficult, so please note that it is shared from a place of faith, healing, and personal testimony, with the hope of encouraging those experiencing loss, hurt, or unforgiveness. But I will remind you, at least when you are getting there, because I know most of us are also very sensitive and we have sensitivities. It's important that at least we put that out very clearly. So Cheryl, without further ado, welcome to the Sunday service. I may not have done it justice, but to the people who have seen you for the first time, who is Cheryl Rotman?
Thank you, Goga. Thank you so much. I am a woman. Actually, I don't mind saying my age because some people say a woman of a particular age, but I'm 65. I'll be 66 coming up in October. I don't mind. But I love how you say Shetty. I love how you say my name is
Yeah.
Cheryl, but my nickname is Sherry. But years
Oh,
ago, yes, but years ago, I had to stop using that name
yeah.
because when I was a child, I lived in a children's home. At the age of 8, I got separated from my parents. And so they would not allow me to use my nickname, Sherry. So I had to change my name to my real name and use it. So after that, I never used Sherry. But I love the way you say it, Goga.
Just say your name again, because there's a way Americans pronounce words and how I
Yes,
pronounce. Yeah. How do you say it?
it's Cheryl.
Cheryl.
Cheryl. Cheryl.
Cheryl.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Thank you so much for that. I was just like, Cheryl. Cheryl.
That's
Thank you so much
okay.
for that. I'm guided. I'm
Yes.
guided. I'm guided. And thank you
Yes.
so much, everyone, for the love you're giving over to Cheryl. If you have not yet connected to her, you are missing out. You're missing out. You're missing out. Make sure you're part of that beautiful channel. And I can see you guys giving her a lot of love there on the chat. Cheryl, when you reflect on your journey today, and it can be in all the parts, because and I like how you are very honest with your age. That's a very big thing. I normally don't like asking ladies their age because they're like, Goga, why are you asking? Yeah. But what feels most important for people to understand about you beyond what you do, with the rebounding work, or the fitness
Yes.
work? What is that one thing that feels more important for you?
I am a woman of strong faith, and
Yeah.
it came out of a life of struggle and abandonment, rejection. And so I am very close to the Lord and very strong in my faith. And
Yeah.
the walk it's been quite a journey. But at the age of 9, I came to know the Lord as my Savior. And then later on in life, which was when I moved, I have moved from California I grew up in Texas, and then now I live in Florida. And in Florida, I knew that I needed more healing in my soul. So I reached out to someone who could help me with those areas, with those issues. So I spent some time, in inner healing and in deliverance from issues, from trauma, from I am very strong in my faith. And I have also been in ministry school. I've actually been in 2 different ministry schools. And so that was my passion, to start the second channel, to teach, what I've learned. My passion was, before rebounding with Cheryl, was actually to finish school and be a teacher. But I decided that when I went to go I decided to substitute teach. I didn't even get in the classroom. I said, nope, that's not it. I would rather teach on the internet. So I put it on hold for 3 years. My channel, the second channel, started 3 years ago, but I chickened out. I'm like, I can't do this. I can't do this. So I started my rebounding channel out of pain. And that's what Do you want me to talk about that?
Oh yeah, sure. We can. I
Okay.
want you to take control. It's your show.
Okay.
Yeah.
We bought a home 6 years ago, and the people that I bought the home from, the lady had a little mini trampoline, and I was so intrigued. I'm like, we went back to the house 3 times, and I kept staring at that little mini trampoline. So I ended up buying one, and I've had 5 different trampolines now. My husband says I need a studio. He says it's getting a little bit out of hand. But I started because I was in pain and knew that I needed to get myself in shape. I was always pretty much athletic. I was always, I swam, I walked, bicycle, but there was a time where I was right around the time that we bought the house. I think stress will bring on a lot of pain in our body. And so after I got the trampoline, I said, this is kind of fun. I think maybe I want to teach, maybe somehow. So I just little by little, I began doing the trampoline, and some days, and then I started my channel. And even when I was doing videos, the pain was triggered. I don't know if y'all know what trigeminal neuralgia is, but it's the worst pain known to humanity. It starts in the back of your head and it goes around to your face. And that's why they call it the trigeminal neuralgia, because it affects the jaw, the mouth, and the eye area. And it's shooting pain like somebody stabbing you with an ice pick. And some things trigger it, like I said, stress will trigger it. Inflammation. That's why I'm also very, very I really want to work on my diet and teach also women how to eat healthy. And I believe that's, people think that they can lose weight on the trampoline, they can do that. It starts with a good balanced, it starts with good nutrition. And so I'm passionate about that, and I really want to get into nutrition. So that's a little bit about that.
Guys, she has finished the Sunday service. I like how she has literally, I like how you just broke down your entire life in less than 5 minutes. Yeah, in a very nice way. Clearly, you're a teacher. So it's shining right through there, because teachers are one of the people who normally have very organized thoughts. There's a comment here that I wanted us to laugh a bit, because let me see. There's a comment here that I think from Hajarin that was so funny, and I had to put a star on it. Hajarin is like, shocked you have 5 of those trampolines. Her husband will not allow her to get even one. Yeah, so there's that kind of comment. And then Miss Chiti says, I keep saying this every day. Treat people good. You never know what they have been through. Cheryl, oh my God, I love you, lady. Just getting some bit of love there. And I think everybody on the chat is literally giving you a lot of flowers in there. And thank you so much for that, everyone. Birds, nice to see you. Andrea, I think I saw you there. I see Season in the house. Thank you so much for that. I see a book in somebody's future. If she already has a book. She's a published author, and the book is all over the internet, even beyond Amazon. But we'll talk about the book. You're being asked, do you have a book, Cheryl? She has a book, and we'll be able to. She'll be able to promote the book shortly. We'll give her that chance. She definitely has that book. Let's talk about rebounding, because to people who don't understand what rebounding is, or maybe people are like first timers to what rebounding is. For me, I think the first time I saw you and I connected to you, I was like, this is so much fun, because I love trampolines. The only problem with trampolines is that nowadays I'm an adult, and the only way I can use trampolines is when I take the kids in the family and I have to take them to the mall to jump on those things. And I normally tell their sister, no, don't worry, I will help them, because I never used to have these things growing up in my time. Trampolines are not very popular in my side of the world. But nowadays I see them everywhere. So I always use the kids to so that I can use them. It's a bit selfish, but sometimes you have to do what you have to do, because I miss them growing up. But for you, it becomes a workout thing. I even went and read so much about it, and I noticed that, oh my God, it's actually like a proper, it's a proper workout thing that actually gives you a lot of results. So when it comes to like rebounding for a first timer, the person who does not understand, because clearly it's not just jumping on a trampoline. What is it in a nutshell, and why did you like? Why was the target? Why was your target of the 50 plus women very important for you?
Great question. The first thing is, first of all, when people are interested in a rebounder, and they always ask me this question, I always get it. And they always ask what rebounder or mini trampoline is the best one to get. I said, the one you're going to use, you know? So, no, it's the one that I've had, like I said, I've had 5 different ones. They make them with springs, which in some countries you can only get the ones with the springs. But I recommend the ones with the bungees. They are low impact. They are great for beginners and seniors. What it does is you're pressing down on the mat. On when you rebound, you're going to press down and then lift up. So you're decelerating and accelerating. And what that does is it opens up the cells in your body and it detoxifies your body. If I can give you a little picture, think about dishes on your counter. Did y'all know women talk with their hands? I'm sorry, I should sit on them.
By all means, be you, Cheryl.
So on your counter, if you had food on your counter and you left it there one day and then you left it there another day, and after 30 days, you decided, I can't stand these dishes anymore. Well, so your body's like that. If you don't cleanse your body by moving your lymphatic system, your cells, your organs, your tissues, muscles, whatever, they're going to become, I'm not saying they could become stagnant, sick. You could become stiff. So it's important for us to be moving. So the rebounder helps with low impact because it's easy on your joints. It's not hard on your joints. Now, if you are in any pain afterwards, it probably means that your stance is not correct. You're not properly doing it. That's why if you start a rebounding program, make sure you have an instructor who knows how to help you. That's very important. I thought at the very beginning when I got it that I didn't need anybody to help me, and that was totally wrong. So that's why I got certified as a jump sport fitness instructor. And I have several instructors that I follow, and I still go on their videos to get technique, to get things that will help me be a better instructor for those women and men over 50. Children, it's great for children too. Now, the particular rebounder that I'm going to be showcasing, that one is for adults, and that is up to 500 pounds. Can't wait to showcase that one. So rebounding it was used by astronauts. It's used by all kinds of athletes because, and David Hunt, if you're here or whoever else is a singer, rebounding will help with singing because it's good for breath work because you're breathing in, breathing out. So there. I hope that helps in a nutshell. So many different things the rebounder does for you.
Wow. I'm just impressed. David, I hope you had, I hope you had yourself been called. Evangelist Grant, welcome. Nice to see you. I thought I saw local in the building. Thanks so much, everyone, for coming in. And thanks so much for supporting our beautiful guest, Rebounding with Cheryl. In case you're not yet connected to Cheryl, there's a link that I've put on top of my chat. Make sure you connect. Make sure you connect to her using that. Using that link. Cheryl, why the over 50 women? Why that particular demography as opposed to let's say, because I know the obvious answer would be it's low impact. But why was this target market very specific for you, even when you decided to start your channel?
Well, actually, the over 50 was more for my first channel. And because when I first started that channel, 7 Minutes with Cheryl, It was going to be geared toward doing one-on-one ministry with women, but I had to kind of put that on hold. And but that was my target, was women over 50. And so I carried that over in my rebounding community, because I thought women my age or around my age could relate to getting off the couch and getting some exercise in without being, harsh, strenuous. And so that's why I chose that.
Okay. And for you to move from I want to take you back, because before you started the rebounding work, for you it came from a place of using rebounding as a way of taking your life back, finding your way around healing. So when we talk about like this excruciating pain that is sorry, I'm trying to get the correct pronunciation, because I like how you said it. The trigeminal neuralgia. In case for people who may not understand that particular condition, like that pain, just pain for us a picture, because I know we have, I think, only one or two doctors on the live stream right now, but I see neuralgia and I'm seeing nerves in there. It's already like obvious for me that it's like now nerves in there. Nerve pain must be very like excruciating. How did rebounding like help you navigate this? Because for you say that rebounding at least finally eventually like help bring down the pain at least, and you're able to take your life back.
Right. Well, first of all, I have to give God the glory, because ultimately I can say that the rebounder was the one that cured me, but there's no cure for trigeminal neuralgia. So I give God the glory for showing me what I could do in my health to be able to take care of this. I also prayed, reached out to my pastor. I don't want this to get flagged, but I did have a spirit of suicide on me. And that goes back to losing my daughter. But so trigeminal neuralgia there's no cure for it, but inflammation is the number one problem besides being stress. I would say stress, but inflammation will cause trigeminal neuralgia. And it's an inflammation between the nerve, the blood vessel, the arteries. And I've also had a lot of scans done. I've had MRI, I've had all kinds of things done, and they really couldn't find anything wrong. So when you cannot find something wrong in your body, for me, I would ask the Lord. I would say, what is it spiritually? Because your body works together spiritually and physically, okay? And emotionally, all those things. We're spirit, body, and soul. So you got to look at us as a whole being, not just one thing. So I love doctors, but the doctors wanted to keep me on heavy duty medication. The last time I was in excruciating pain, which was in actually this year, because I was under some stress taking at my job, I was combining two different positions. So I was under a lot of stress, and those triggering pains started coming back. And so I went to a pain management doctor. He wanted to put me on 5 different medications. Do you know that the next day I was in no pain?
Wow.
Scared the heck out of me, because I did not want to be on pain, all kinds of pain pills, antidepressants, sleep pills the rest of my life. And so that's why I'm very, very, I'm passionate about helping women. Men, actually, children need exercise every day. They're not exercising like we did as a child. I had PE. They're not doing that very much anymore. So if you have children and grandchildren, a rebounder would be great. It will help with their studies. It will help with a lot of different things. But I just, God will meet you right where you are. So if you're struggling with pain, inflammation, issues, He'll meet you right there, and just reach out to somebody. Say, I'm struggling with this. Can you help me in this area? So that's why I'm passionate.
I like what you said about, like, it was 6 years ago and you guys were like getting a house, and then you saw that it spoke to you, and for you, and you got that first rebounder. The first time you ever had to use one, what was that feeling like? What was that? Did it feel like silly? Did it feel like, oh my god, this is not bad? Like, what was that first initial feeling when you like actually just did a bounce on one?
Well, listen, it reminded me of high school because I was in gymnastics and we used to
Oh
practice
wow,
on the trampoline.
yeah,
And we used to be tied to I think they called it a tether, and we used to
yeah.
do tricks. And so my husband said, okay, don't be doing any tricks on that trampoline. And then he said, well, why don't you try some tricks? And I said, no, the rebounder is not for doing tricks. Let me explain to you what it's for. One of these days, I'm going to get him to do a video with me. Now, he might be doing his own thing. He might be doing his own thing.
And
It
that
might
will
be
help.
very, very funny,
And that will help because Hajarinia says that she needs to add that to the many reasons why I need I need this product to my husband. So that's going to help.
Yes. Yeah. Hey, there's what is that saying of people?
You said
forgot the
you said
saying.
you're going to you said you're planning to get him to come on a video with you one of these days because I asked you a
Yeah.
question on
So
that feeling.
it,
Yeah.
it's a great thing to do as a family. It's a great thing. Uh,
Yeah.
Husband, wife, the kids, the grandkids. It's a great tool. But the first time, so let me answer the question. So the first time was I felt like a kid again, getting on there. And so little by little, I would, start with like 5 minutes and then 10 minutes because you want to start out slow. You don't want to start out too fast or strenuous. And so I did that. But even now, after being there, almost 3 years, 2.5 years, I still feel sometimes a little off balance. It just depends. If I'm dehydrated, haven't had enough water, yep, I can get off balance. So that can speak to anyone there.
That's good. You have a few questions on the chat. Number one, from David Hunt. David Hunt has said, "Sign me up, Cheryl. Sign me up." But then one of the questions I think we are getting here before I allow you to showcase what a rebounder is, because I know some people want to see the visual aspect of it, maybe just to show us on the screen. David is asking, is the diving board on the pool the same as rebounding? I don't think.
No, and that's so funny. That's so funny, David. I was going to do a rebounding video over at our community pool and do a video and then jump in the pool. And I said, I better not do that because that's not a good idea. But no, it's not really the same. No.
Okay. Then he's asking, can you read a book and use the rebounder at the same time?
Well, sure. Or how about an audio book? That would be better.
I like how you hesitated because I think from an instructor perspective, you want the focus.
No. Listen to music. David has wonderful music on the piano. That would be great. You can make me a song. I'll showcase your song.
All right.
Rebounding.
And Hajarin was asking, Hajarin, why are you like, guys, why are you soliciting for rebounders? We have not yet even we've not even gotten halfway through the interview. Will you be giving it away or just showcasing it? Hajarin.
Okay. I can't give it away, Harjreen. I can't give it away. It's a secret. It can't be released. I already did the video, but it can't be released until the 25th. But there is a discount, though. I can tell you that much. There's a discount.
And she has to clear with the husband because she already has to manage the husband in case she's going to get this thing, because otherwise we don't want to get problems into their home. Right.
I didn't. Oops.
She has to consult because otherwise she'll have to start explaining herself to the husband, because she has to convince the husband to be on board this entire thing. when it came to rebounding, like what changed first for you? Was it the body? Was it the mind? Was it the spirit? Because at some point now it becomes like a holistic practice for you. And I know you are very big on faith, and we're going to discuss faith shortly. But what was it that changed first for you when you kept on being very consistent at rebounding?
Well, because I know that I need to record videos and upload those videos. So I was doing 2 to 3 videos a week. I have since stepped back a little bit, and I'm doing 1 a week now because of the position that I took at work. A lot busier, so a little bit overwhelmed, and so I stepped back a little bit to once a week. I was doing 2 to 3 a week. Now I do have an editor for those videos, but not on my new channel. I do have an editor.
Okay. And the transition from the transition now to become an instructor. Oh, sorry, you wanted to say something. I don't think
I answered your question, Goga.
Yeah. No, I was going to circle back to it, but yeah, carry on. I think you've picked it up. Yeah. So I was talking to you about what's changed for the first time, like when you got consistent at it. Like, what is that thing that now? Where did you feel like the change came? Was it the body? Was it the mind? Was it the spirit? Yeah.
Whew, there's a lot of changes, but recently I'm going to do a challenge. So I love doing challenges. So I'm going to be celebrating 27 years of marriage, and every year in July I try on my wedding dress, and last year could barely zip it up. I couldn't move. It was like so tight. And so I'm about to start a 66-day challenge.
Wow.
But I would say it's just a lot of fun. You get on there and you start feeling the energy, and you feel better after you do it. You should. Now, like I said, if you're not doing it properly, or you're doing too much too fast, you might not feel good at first. But it just makes you feel good. It releases endorphins, and you know what the endorphins are? Those happy feelings.
Yes.
And so I always recommend about 2 to 3 times a week. Now, in my challenge, I will be getting on there. Sometimes I will only have time to do 5 minutes, but 5 minutes is better than nothing.
Yeah.
People say that you can lose weight when you do the rebounder. But again, like I said at the very beginning, it's more about nutrition, proper nutrition in order for you to lose weight. But you notice that your skin will look better.
Nice.
You will sleep better. I have over 200 benefits. There's over 200 benefits. So if anybody wants to know a little bit more, they can always reach out to me, and I have a PDF, a free PDF with all the benefits.
Yes, and guys, and one of the ways of also just learning more about rebounding is by connecting to her, and the link is there on top of the chat, and the channel, that is her channel, and she does amazing videos on this. It's very beautiful to see her when she's jumping and talking, and she's discussing like a whole lot of things while doing it. It's always like so beautiful and encouraging. And that's going to take me to the next segment of the questions I wanted to ask you, especially around around like the target, your target groups. And this is based on, there's a video, Cheryl, there's a video you did exactly 1 year ago. It was on May 18th. That is tomorrow. The video is going to be 1 year old tomorrow. This is one of your most popular videos on YouTube. It got you over 134,000 views. It got you over 7,000 likes. The comment section is amazing. And it has all these women who are feeling inspired by just seeing you jump on that rebounder. And they said so many amazing things. Oh my God, I was just reading the comments and I could not even get through the end of them. But you spoke to a lot of women on that video. And that video became, I think that video is your unicorn for sure, because that video did extremely very well.
Yes.
And I know you're going to talk about that video, but one of the things that I picked from that video was some of the comments from the women. in terms of like the women you've worked with and the women you are trying to inspire through the rebounding, what are some of the biggest misconceptions that women have, especially women over 50, carry about their bodies? Because most of them, I like the kind of comments that were saying that, I've had a rebounder, but I've never used it. It has always just been in storage. But now you've encouraged me, I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to start. And at some point, and I like how those women were talking about how they need to like bring movement back into their life. And it was coming from a place of inspiration because they saw you do it and you did it so gently and with a lot of grace. So what are these misconceptions, especially for women over 50, when it comes to fitness, when it comes to like their bodies, and when it comes to movement generally?
Well, first of all, a little disclaimer here. I'm not a doctor, not a nurse, not a practitioner, but I'm just passionate about health and fitness. And that's one of my gifts as God has given me as an encourager to help women get off the couch and just move. Even if you start by just walking first. And then if you want to try the mini trampoline, then I say, make sure you get the one that is good for you, that fits you, and not the one that you think you can afford. My very first rebounder, I didn't want to put it together. To be honest with you, I worked in a furniture store for 10 years. I would bribe the guys to put furniture together for me. I'd say, I'm gonna go, I'll buy you lunch, I'll vacuum the floor, because I hated putting furniture together. And I worked in a furniture store. And but no, they taught me how they taught me how to put furniture together. They taught me how to unload a truck. I didn't know how to use a dolly. Anyway, beside for that, go back to rebounding. So that is my as an encourager, I just let them know that it's okay. We're going to help you with the struggles that you have been through. Maybe you've had knee replacement. Maybe you've had some back issues, some neck issues. As a matter of fact, my doctor told me that I should be in excruciating pain. I have bulging disc. I have I have so much going on that they said I should have pain all the way down my arms. I'm just thanking God, no. And I know that God uses different things for you. If you like to swim, if you like to walk, bike, but he's used the rebounder. God's helped me. And I use the rebounder, and that has helped the inflammation. So I just encourage women to just start where you're at and do little at a time.
I love that. What is one of what is one transformational story that you've that has really stayed with you the most? Like you read that comment from somebody, and deep down you really felt, man, I was called to serve. This is it. This is what I was meant to do. That comment that spoke to you, and even you are just like, yep, this is it.
My favorite thing, actually, and I encourage all those who have a YouTube channel, be active in your community and answer everyone. There's people that have YouTube channels that never respond to their comments. I think that's very important because you want to respond to your comment and you want to be able to encourage people and help them and just be active in the community. So I don't remember, I think there's like 500 comments on that video, but I believe I have answered everyone, even the ones that say I hate your music, or the ones that say you don't know what you're talking about. You know what? Go to ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT to respond in a way that might help that person.
I love that, and that takes me now to in terms of the inspiration behind getting this onto YouTube. I'm sure you had other options. You could have actually been having. You could have actually kept it to yourself and just say, this is something I'm just going to do for myself. But when did the idea of bringing this over to YouTube? When was that idea born? And is it what you imagined it to be, especially now that you have over 10,000 subscribers and counting? What was that initial spark to get onto YouTube as a platform to share this?
I was on YouTube, like on my other channel, but didn't release it, like I said. So I already knew that YouTube was going to be the place for it. I do have Facebook, and I have a community. I'm not very active, but I do have 2 or 3 rebounding communities on Facebook that I get to share my videos. And so that kind of helps also. And, but mainly it's just YouTube I try to focus on, and not really too much on any of the other platform. The technical issues, I will address this, like the technical issues of YouTube I learned the hard way because after uploading, I think 150 videos, I have 350 now. After about 100 videos, when I got monetized, I got flagged for copyright strike. It's like, oh my goodness, not really. I didn't. So that's when I learned about Suno. And so recently, since January, I've been using Suno to just start my own music and the lyrics that I want to use. And they're mostly Christian based now, as I do some instrumentals. And I'm just, and I've had a good response from people. Some of them say they like the music. There's some that say, oh, I hate your music, But then I ask them a question. What kind of music would you like? What do you want to hear? I try to engage them so I can get some responses back. But that was the biggest issue was copyright music. So I have been going back to those videos and taking the music out, but I'm not sure that it's worth it. I think I just need to focus on new material and not the old material.
Right. We did get you did get a gift from Mrs. G, your favorite auntie, sent you some gold coins. So thank you so much for the gift.
Thank you.
Yes, guys.
Thank you, Mrs. G.
Yeah, I'm always reminded. There's somebody always has to send me a reminder every single time about the Sunday service. Guys, there's a $sign on Cheryl's live stream. Please make sure you support. There's a we are not embarrassed asking for support. It's a monetized channel, so make sure you interact with the $sign. We welcome super chats, we welcome super stickers, we welcome memberships. We accept all the major credit cards in the world, including crypto. just had to say it. I just had to say it. Including crypto receipts, anything. And thanks so much, Ayman, for that super chat as well. So thank you so much, guys, for the gifts. We really appreciate. And Kevnish is in the building. Kevnish is having her 2-year anniversary. Cheryl, you also celebrated your 2-year anniversary recently, right?
I didn't really sell. I guess I passed it, but I don't think I did a video. I didn't do a video. I did a video on my 200 when I uploaded 200 videos. I think I did or 300 videos.
Nice.
But yes, I passed 2 years. I think it's 2.5 years.
Okay, yeah. And you do have a super chat from Mrs. G, your favorite auntie. Thank you so much, Mrs. G. We appreciate the super chat. May your pot
Thank you, Mrs. G.
Thank you so much for that. We don't take it for granted. I really appreciate that blessing. There's a whole conversation about broccoli, and I don't know what broccolini is. So I was asking people on your live stream what broccolini is. It's a whole. Why did you do the thumbs down? I just want to know.
Broccolini? Ugh.
Yeah. What is broccolini? I was asking for a friend on your chat, and nobody seems to give me an answer. 60 is telling me something else. Trini is getting too excited. Auntie looks like she's collecting receipts. Nobody's giving me a straight answer on what broccolini is. I know zucchini and I know broccoli, so I don't know where they meet.
It's bitter. It's bitter. Broccolini is bitter.
Okay. Cheryl, let me ask you a question because David is already going to ask this. What is your opinion when it comes to okra? Do you take okra? This is just a commercial break question.
Again, no okra.
Okay, never mind.
No okra.
No, forget about that question. I don't even know why I asked it. Guys, how does this guest say no okra? Okay. I hope David did not hear this because David has won that war. We have a few. David, you can take this one. You can take this one. I lost this one clearly, fair and square. Why? What did okra do to you, Cheryl?
Okra?
Yeah, we talk. Yeah, did we say you're talking
Okay,
about?
I can
You're
only
talking,
eat it. I'll eat it fried, but I don't eat fried food anymore. Years ago,
oh,
I ate it fried, but no fried food. None.
okay, okay. But I thought it's part of the nutrition and things. No, I can't convince you.
Not fried.
You said you're talking about nutrition. I mean, I had to try. What did okra do? Yeah. All right. Just kidding. David must be very happy about this okra question. So I will let it slide. I will let it slide. Um, let's talk about your faith, because faith is the one thing that is very constant. When I'm watching your channel, when I watch your videos, you talk about it also very strongly when it comes to anytime you're on video. You literally have a whole Bible verse on one of your walls, the book of Psalms. How has faith shaped your ability to continue showing up, in life and also in your work, and also and this is even beyond your work. This is also even in terms of your content creation, your relationships in the community, your friendships. Why is faith very crucial for you? And was it something that you were exposed to from a very early age, especially having grown up in a children's home, or is something that you picked up with time as you're growing up?
No, I was very blessed to have the lady who raised me in the children's home. She
Yeah.
was a Christian, and she would take us to church every Wednesday and every Sunday. So at the age of 9, I came to know the Lord. And so my faith was very strong all the way up until high school. And then I kind of rebelled and did my own thing for a while.
Yeah.
And I got married the first time at 20. And then had my daughter at 25 and almost 26.
Yeah.
And when she was 18 months old, my first husband, got cancer.
Oh, sorry.
And so after he got cancer, I was totally lost. I was away from the church. I had really no friends except for a few family members of my husband. And so I knew that I needed a support group. So I started going to the cancer support group. And I'm like, no, this is not where I need to be. I need to be back in church. So I started to go back to church when my daughter was 5. And I got involved in church, and I started with the children's ministry. And I started doing children's puppets. I worked in the nursery. I would help out whatever I could. And I was very strong in my faith throughout. And I took my daughter to church, and we were in church probably 3 times a week. It was a part of our life.
Oh, wow.
And then my husband was sick with cancer for off and on for most of his life. He was only in remission for 18 months. And after he relapsed, he was he was not cancer free after that. And so when my daughter was 10, he passed away. So then I was a widower for 3 years, and then I remarried. But so he passed away when she was 10, and then at the age of 19, that's when she was murdered.
And I will come to that.
My faith is very strong. Yeah, I wouldn't be here today if I did not have the faith in the Lord. I wouldn't be here today. I can tell you that.
I like that, and I'm going to come to that. That unfortunate loss shortly. In terms of your take when it comes to faith, and and I'm sorry about you losing your first husband to cancer. And why was I like how you say that you did your own thing before you came back to the church, and that's very powerful. Why did you feel the need, no, this is not working, I'm going back to the church, because I think the church will give me a more structured space to navigate this life challenge? Why was the church very important? What was that thing about the church for you that you felt will be the perfect solution for what you're going through during that particular time?
Because I don't believe that we are meant to be alone, and I always felt like I was alone going through the cancer treatment with my husband. And with my first husband, I felt like I was alone, and I really needed a community. I needed some faith people who could really encourage me and take me along with them. And I knew that I was grounded in the Word of God as a young child. So I knew that, I needed to get back to that. So that's what I did. I, got back into church, and I began getting involved. And then I met some wonderful people, and especially there was a particular lady who kind of took me under her wings, and she counseled me. She helped counsel me, and was very much a part of my life. And so that's important also, because we're not meant to do this life alone. We are meant to have community. We're meant to have friends. And sometimes our community and our friends are closer than our own family. And that happens with me because my family is so scattered all over the United States. I've had a lot of loss in my family, lots of loss. I lost my dad when I was only 19. Two of my brothers passed away in the same year in 2023. I've had a lot of loss. And so without your strong faith, I don't know how anyone could survive.
Wow. And we're going to talk about, in terms of even just like grief, because that's one of the things that I know you had to like battle with. Let's say, for example, when you lost your husband, when you lost your daughter, when you lost your brothers or your siblings. And I like that aspect of, just having a space, having a community that you can fall back on to help you navigate, life's difficult challenges. Guys, if you have any question you want to ask Cheryl so far up to where we are, please feel free to ask. But once again, there's a reminder. If you have not yet connected to Cheryl, the link is pinned on top of my chat. We are multi-streaming, so make sure you are watching on both sides. Nice to see you, Q. I see Q is on the chat. I see Mrs. Paula does retirement in the building. Thanks so much for that support. You got a lot of gifts from Hajarine. She's just dropping this gold, these jewels, these things. Unfortunately, they don't show nicely on the streamer does not show them, so I can only just see them on the chat. But Diboso is really giving you a lot of love and those jewels on your chat. So thanks so much for that, Hajarine. Auntie's like saying, powerful story, Cheryl, powerful story. Thanks so much for that. Mrs. Titi says, there's a God, blessed life journey. Nice to see you. I know we have. I know David. You don't need to push this okra question. It's okay. Cheryl already answered it. You don't need to rub it in my face. It's not necessary. Stop being petty with me, David. Let the okra go. In short, yeah, let the okra story go, because now it's going to rub it all over over my face on whitey streets at Goga. You see, even Cheryl does not take okra. So why are you like my life? Yeah, stop gloating, David. Stop gloating. On a light touch. And I'm going to we are going to talk about healing, for example, because when you've undergone a lot of grief, healing looks very different. During your introduction, you said something about your parents neglecting you very young, and that's why you had to go through the children's home experience. And I like what you said earlier, that it was one of the things that you had. It was one of the inner work you had to do, and one of the help you needed to do is understand how that affected you and how your life turned out to be, and you had to really address it. So beyond faith and beyond beyond faith itself, what does the healing journey look like, especially from that little girl, Sherry? I remember that was the name, that little girl, Sherry, before your name, before that adjustment to Cheryl. Talk to us about what healing looked like, especially, and why is healing very important for you, especially from where you sit today. And what is the work that went into that journey? Because I'm sure it could not have been very easy. 56 years later, and you remember back then, it couldn't have been very easy.
Well, like you said, that grief is sometimes can be complicated, and that's what I was in. I was in complicated grief. Number one, because I thought that I would forget my daughter. I would forget her, which was kind of it's silly. You're never going to forget, your own flesh and blood. But if I could go back to what you said about when I was young. So the lady that raised me in that children's home, her husband had cancer. Yeah. So at a very young age, I saw somebody struggle with cancer. And back then, back in the early 70s, they didn't really know what chemotherapy was. And it was horrible for somebody to go through. So I watched this man go through this sickness, and he didn't live very long. But he was also very, very, this is just a little sidestep, okay? He was also very, very abusive to the children in the home. And he overlooked a lot of abuse too from the workers there. So I was very sheltered though. The lady that raised me, being the godly woman, kind of sheltered me away from all that. But I have, family members, my 3 siblings that saw a lot of it. And so now to go on to the grief part. So I didn't understand grief at that time growing up. And I also dealt with a lot of issues in school, lots of issues in school. I had struggled a lot. And then I had a lot of things wrong with my health. And I had emotional problems, terrible emotional problems. So I went to, the lady said, I think you need to go to counseling. I think you need to go to a counselor. I refused to go to counseling years and years and years. I never wanted the help. I just shoved everything under the rug, never wanted to talk to about any of my struggles or anything. So then I'm an adult, and can we go into my daughter, the grief?
We can talk about it shortly, and then just carry on, just segue into it.
The grief part that comes up as an adult is sometimes you have to go to the point of pain to get past the things in your life. So I was dealing with issues as an adult that should have been that I should have dealt with as a child, but I pushed that away. There's my beautiful daughter, Lisa. Yeah. This is her Sweet 16. She sang a song to me.
Yeah.
There's my book. So as an adult, it's important for you to, so if I can encourage anyone, if you have children with issues, have them, I love Christian counselors, okay? That is what I should have done as a child. I should have gone to counseling. And then as an adult, I probably wouldn't have had so many issues, but I had to go through years and years of inner healing through trauma, through abuse, through everything. And it's little by little, you're not free from a lot of the issues, the grief that you go through, but people should not be trapped in it either. You ought to be able to reach out to someone, a trusted friend, a pastor, a counselor, and be able to get you through those things. And I had one lady in particular who, after my daughter passed away, who came by my house, and she saw a yellow ribbon, because yellow was my daughter's favorite color, kind of matched her personality. She was very bubbly. She was very outgoing, where I'm really the opposite. I'm quite an introvert. I don't know, you probably can't tell, but I am. And she, the lady came by and she said, why do you have that yellow ribbon on your tree? And I said, well, it was for my daughter. It's in memory of her. And so every year on the anniversary of my daughter's death, I would change the ribbon out and I put a new bow there. Well, the tree limb was dying. Let me tell you, think about it spiritually. I was dying at that time. I was having physical issues. I was having emotional issues. I just could not get over the death of my daughter. And after that, I took that ribbon off that tree and I started going to a Bible study that the lady was having. And she helped me. She was she is still the most precious woman. And she helped me for about 5 years in a row. I would spend about 12 weeks, and she would counsel me and get me through these issues. She said, I've never seen someone with so many fears. I had about 30 fears. I could fill up a page and a half of different fears. And a lot of this, the fears, the issues, the trauma, everything that it came in because of trauma. Instead of reaching out and getting help, like I said, I shoved it under the rug. And then that's when things started happening. But praise God, he got me through. He got me through one of the hardest seasons in my life. And it took me a long time to write my book. Like it's been 19 years since she passed away. And I started writing the book and I put it on the shelf, and this is too hard. I can't do this. And so I did release the book, and my friend Marcia made the cover to the book. I don't know. It's on Amazon, Barnes and Noble. You can get it in an ebook too. But it is being revised. Can I tell why it's being revised?
Yes, please.
Because we formed a foundation. See, my daughter was being abused by her boyfriend. She was being physically abused, and she had moved out, and she was supposed to go to Bible college. She got accepted into Bible college, and she decided she didn't want to go to Bible college. She wanted to stay at the junior college in our city, and I was devastated. And when she moved out, I was devastated because I said, no, biblically, you're supposed to stay at home till you get married. And she said she didn't want to do that. So she moved out, and then she met this guy, and there was physical abuse. He broke the windshield on her car. He poked out her tires. He got her lost. He choked her. But I learned all of this after the trial, after so people probably have questions. He was sent to life in prison after she was murdered. So he's in someplace in Texas with a life sentence. Okay, I'll take a breath.
Yeah.
Take a breath.
Yeah, please take a breath, because even me, I had to take a breath there. I got lost there for a moment because it was a very heavy pain to carry. And guys, as Cheryl takes a breath, and thanks so much to those of you who are joining. I will just like pause the music so that we can observe a minute silence, because this was a very tragic loss. This was our only daughter. That she lost like 19 years ago. So we're just going to observe a minute silence, and then we can come and talk about this conversation, because she's very big when it comes to this conversation around forgiveness, especially when you don't want to, and that is what I want us to unpack in this particular story. And if you have any question, you can drop it on the chat, and then I think we'll be able to take them shortly. So I will, so kindly I request us to just observe a minute silence, even on the chat. Please just, just take a breath for the next 1 minute. I'm going to put something on the screen to just anchor us, and then we can carry on after a minute silence in honor of Lisa. All right. So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, everyone, and I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for that respect, just for that particular moment. Cheryl, there are a lot of questions. Number one, when you first came out with this story, and I think it was on your second channel that you just started, when you're trying to talk about the conversation around forgiveness. Um, so I was saying that the first time I think you did a video on this, I could not write a comment. It was too heavy for me to process, and I cannot imagine what this devastating loss may have felt like for you. And mothers, as you always hope your kids get to like bury you, not you burying your own kid, and especially not you losing your kid in very difficult circumstances like a murder. And this could not have been any easy 19 years ago, or even less, or even if it happened yesterday or even today, it could not have been a very easy burden to carry. You gave a very nice example there in terms of the book that you wrote. Like, it took you time to get that book published because the heart was still very heavy. The heart was still healing. There are like a lot of things that go into around grief. I don't know how you know, how did we get here today? Because that this could have taken everything out of you, Cheryl. But you're here today. You lost your only daughter, and the healing journey to get here today could not have been easy. And I think that's why I wanted us to like just talk about what it took for us to get here today. What did it take for you to like find forgiveness? For me, I was so bitter when I watched your video because I was like, you literally killed my daughter. I am not going to forgive you. I need revenge. I need, like, there has to be like there have to be consequences and things like that. But for you, you found it, but it took you time, but you eventually had to like learn how to forgive the person who like took your daughter away from you. Talk to us about that. How do you get there? Because most of us, we carry a lot of hurt. We carry like a lot of you know we carry a lot of vengeance, like, it has to be avenged and things like that. But for you now to talk about forgiveness, for you to talk about healing, how do you get there? Because it cannot be easy, Cheryl. It cannot be easy. Talk to us about this. I think I lost your audio. Let me just unmute you. Yes,
Okay.
carry on. There we go.
Okay. Well, first of all, I had a community of, I was, in church and close to people, and I had a really good community. So at the time that this happened, it was such a shock. And as a matter of fact, when I saw her, she was taken by ambulance to the hospital, and they wouldn't let me go see her. And so there was probably about 25 people there by that time, family members and friends. And get this, they shoved us in this room at the emergency room area. They shoved us in this room, and they were bringing Chris, who was one with a gun. They were bringing him in with a gunshot wound because this was the only trauma center, even though he had gone through 3 counties in her car.
Yeah.
And they shot the car out. I don't know if anybody's seen that video where they shot the car out, and finally he came to a stop because he was close to a school, and they couldn't take him to the closest hospital. So they had to come back to the same hospital that Lisa was in. And so they wouldn't let us go in and see Lisa. They made us go in this room. But we didn't know that. We didn't know what was going on. By the time we got in to see Lisa, I'm looking at this child who does not look like my child. She had a turban. Again, we had a disclaimer at the beginning of this because some of this is a little bit difficult to hear or to picture. But she had a turban on her head, and she was still bleeding, and she was swollen. And I looked at this, and I was in shock. Like, this is not my child. This is not my child, But I was there with my pastor and my pastor's son, and we grabbed her hands, and we were just praying, hoping for a miracle. And then that's when they shoved us out of the room, and they brought Chris in, and they were going to try to revive him. Well, I knew as a Christian, I knew that I needed to forgive this man. I knew it in my heart and by scripture that I needed to do it. So I was going through the motions. Yes, I need to forgive him. The trial was very fast. It was only within 2 months. And that's really unreasonable. When you have a trial, a murder trial like that, usually it can take months, it can take years, but 2 months. And the reason is because I got on the phone and started calling all the people I knew that were prayer warriors. And I said, he needs to leave this county soon. So within 2 months, and the trial was only 2.5 days, he was convicted and sent out of our area. So I said, okay, out of sight, out of mind. I forgive him. He's gone. I never have to think about him again. Well, it was, I can't remember the timeline, but I met with one of Lisa's friends who had been abused by the same man. And she was telling me that Chris had no recollection of what he did to Lisa. Oh, I lost it. I said, I want him to remember what he did.
Wow.
So did I forgive this man? I was like, so in my mind, in my words, I said I forgave him, but then I started learning more about that he didn't remember that, and he tried to shoot himself too. They said that the gun went off, but he tried to shoot himself because he was going to be on trial the next Monday for abusing his mother. So it was anyway, it was fast. The trial was very fast. He was convicted. And then after I learned about the abuse, that she had been strangled, that he had, one time she came to my job, and I was wondering why she had a turtleneck sweater in the middle of summer. Well, that's when I found out later that she had been strangled, and she had bruises on her arms. And she used to tell me, yeah, we used to play fight. And I'm like, so. And then another time she called me, and my husband and I were at dinner, and she called me crying because he had spit on her. I said, you're not Jesus. You don't have to let anybody treat you like that. So there were some signs, and my husband wanted to get involved, and I wouldn't let him get involved. So then I had regret. And then I had all these other issues, not just unforgiveness and bitterness and anger. I had all these other issues that came in. And that's another reason I started having trouble with my health also, because when you open the door to the enemy and you start thinking about all that hate and that anger and all those issues, pretty soon your body's going to start telling you that something's wrong. So after I moved to Florida, I sought out counseling, and I knew I needed help forgiving him. I knew I needed help forgiving myself, and for her friends and her friend's mom who knew about the abuse. But see, my daughter and I were very close. We were very close. We had a very close relationship until she moved out, because things started changing. And she thought that she could help this man at 19. She said, everybody has left him. I just feel sorry for him. And she said, I want to be able to help him. How's a 19-year-old help somebody? They don't even, she was pretty sheltered. But back to, had a close relationship, but she told her friends, never tell your mother about what's going on. She said, promise me. So if I can encourage anyone right now, get in your kids' business. Get in your kids' business. Find out what they're doing on their phone, what they're doing on the internet. Be in your children's business, because if you can save a life, by all means, we look as parents. I think we look past things and we let it go. But if, and you think back, well, if I could have done things differently, that's why I had to go to counseling too, because I told the counselor, what could I have done? He said, you wouldn't have done anything different. We live by what's that term? I woulda, coulda, shoulda. But
Yeah.
he said, you would have not done anything different. You could not have helped. You did the right thing. And he had to reassure me that I'll be okay. I'll be okay. I will be okay. So with God's help, I forgave the man and I released him. And I have so freeing when you do that. It's so freeing in your soul. Your mind, your will, your emotions, it's like they settle when you finally forgive. And you can breathe again too.
Wow. Cheryl, I'm
So
speechless.
the last chapter that's going to be added to the book it's called the Lisa Rose Foundation. And that eventually will be added. But Lisa's best friend formed a foundation called the Lisa Rose Foundation. It will help women who have been abused. And right now it's in the process where we have the name, we're trying to get the bank account, we're trying to get everything set up so that we can help women who have been abused, give them money or get them out of a situation, give them housing, just give them counseling if they need it. Well, of course they'll need it. So that's the next step. And it will be in Corpus Christi, Texas, where this happened.
Okay. Yeah, just I'm coming to talk about the book. This is very heavy, to be honest. And I know for you, I know it's been 19 years, but I just can't imagine the work that went into even just putting this down on a book. And guys, the book is available, and I see a number of you are saying that you're going to order the book. It's available on Amazon, Barnes, and it's like when you Google this book, you'll find it everywhere. I think the marketing web. Cheryl, whoever is marketing this book, I think has put it like it's all over the internet. I just needed to Google your name and I found your book. You don't even like struggle through it. But I know Amazon is more available for most people. It's literally there. Shall you just talk to us about this, because this could not have been easy, writing this 55-page book on your journey of healing after your daughter's murder, finding that triumph, the work, you've talked about going for counseling, you've talked about having a community, you talk about forgiveness, and sometimes the heart is so heavy, and eventually I think I like what you say, that it is freeing when you get to that point where like it becomes freeing. I think that's like that takes like that I think must have it must have cost you something, for you to have chosen that decision that I want to be free. And that's what I just talk to us about the process that went into penning down this book. And I like it when you show us when you show it to us on hardcover. Just like I just hold it up again on the screen just for the people who are like looking for it. Yes, there we go. Talk to us about what went in, just talk to us about your mindset, or even the state of mind when you are writing this book. How long did it take you to write it? What was the most difficult chapter writing this, in this book? What was the most liberating chapter, when you wrote it down? What were your fears before it got published? Did you almost call the team and tell them, we are not publishing this book? Talk to us about this book.
I only had a couple of chapters written, and that was years ago. And I just kind of shoved it away, and it was on my computer.
Yeah.
But I said, you know what? I think I need to start writing again. I believe that when people write, sometimes it can be very healing to write. Many people, as a matter of fact, maybe I'll share it. I have another book. I don't know if you see it. A Girl Called Pie. Her aunt had this published, and it's all about her life. And she gave a copy to each family member, and it's got all kinds of pictures, and it's really a story of Lisa's life. But there's a poem in there that Lisa wrote on her Sweet 16, and it's really like a Mother's Day. I wanted to release it last week as a Mother's Day, kind of a Mother's Day poem.
Nice.
And it was very meaningful. But the healing process through the writing helped. I would do like one chapter, then I put it away, and then I do another chapter. And my pastor wrote the foreword for the book. But what inspired me was I went to an event. I think it was about, I want to say 10 years ago. When I first moved to Florida, I went to an event, and there was a prophet there, and some people that are, Christians who know about prophecy. The Lord had already been speaking to me about writing a book, and this prophet confirmed. He prayed over me and confirmed the word that I would write the book. And at that time, I only had maybe, I think, 2 chapters. And then I kind of got discouraged and didn't write anymore. Yeah. Then I said, you know what, maybe I should have somebody read the book and help me through it. So I reached out to a couple of people who helped me, and they said it's very fast reading. It does need some work. So I had a ghostwriter look at it and gave me some ideas about it. But yeah, so it's kind of neat that you can publish a book. I mean, there's some people who publish 10, 20, 30 books. And like, I was so excited just to publish one.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. If somebody was to just read only one chapter in this book, and I read the reviews online from some of the people who have read this book, and I like the reviews that they said Cheryl walks with you on a journey. It feels like, yeah, you're walking with her and she's telling you the story, and she's also teaching you something around it. If someone was to read only one chapter in this book, Triumph Over Tragedy, what truth do you hope stays with them? What is that one truth you hope stays with them when they read it?
Well, I think I can actually say 2 things. One, there's no matter what the trauma is, no matter what grief or hurt or pain or whatever you're going through, the belief that God can meet you right where you're at to heal your heart, your broken heart. If you have a broken heart, if you've been traumatized, God can meet you right there. So that would be the most important part, is that forgiveness is possible no matter what you've been through, no matter where you've been in your life, whether something happened to you as a child, or losing a parent, or going through a divorce, or maybe it is grief. No matter what it is, God can meet you right where you're at, and he can heal that heart, those emotions. So, and number 2 would be that to seek out for help. Seek out for help. Don't go through what you're going through alone, because people do care, but they don't know if you don't tell them.
Oh, that's powerful. Because usually what happens, we end up blaming people for not having, cared what you were going through and things like that. But I like how you said it. It's like they don't know, so you can't actually hold it. You can't actually hold it like against them and things like that. So that's a very profound way of looking at it, even just from a humanistic perspective. When it comes to there's something you said about grief, and because you lost your first husband. So there was a grieving that had to happen there. You lose your daughter, in very, in very extreme circumstances that, a parent will never hope to happen, to their kid. You have siblings that you've lost over time. So there's something you said in one of your videos in terms of that delayed grief. Like I liked that, and I wanted you to maybe to just talk to us more about it, because it's something that I think you're very you're very like categorical on that delayed grief, that grief that what does that mean?
When I talked about delayed grief or complicated grief,
yes,
that it really meant that the reason I was in it is because I made a choice to say things that were not true. And that was like one thing that I said, which I mentioned before, is that I was afraid of not remembering her, which is silly. I have pictures, I have video, I have, memorability. I have a box full of her things, so I'm not going to forget her, but I stayed stuck because of that. So when you make up your mind and you believe those things, then you're going to stay stuck. So you got to change your mind, change your mindset, change your thinking, change your speaking, and then the change will begin to come. And that's what happened with that. That's what happened. I reached out. And then, so you go through different processes, different stages of grief. And I went to grief counseling. I was in a group after she passed away. I was in a group of other parents who had lost children. And we would do these projects. Like we would take things out of a magazine and we would put them like in a collage together. So I went through that, and so I went through different things. But like I had mentioned, it wasn't until I moved to Florida and sought out someone who understood inner healing and deliverance from these issues that I was dealing with that I finally got free.
Powerful. And when it comes to just still on the same subject, in case there is somebody right now who is watching this show, or maybe even somebody who comes and replays this show for some reason, and they're maybe stuck in grief or anger, right now. And for me, I like that example you used because it spoke to me personally, because when I lost my mother, this was like, I think I was 14 years old. And it's been, I think, 23 years. And there's a time I think I always had to make sure that at least just to keep that memory alive, I had to make sure that the family gets involved every single year in terms of just the memory. And that was the fear, of forgetting, this was a loved one. This is somebody I totally, this was, I think, the most important woman in my life. And I was so scared of that forgetting, and sometimes every year, and now it's been 23 years, that's like a whole adult, and that fear is still always alive. It lingers on. I don't admit it as often, but it still always lingers. But of course, I always feel like the world really moved on, to be honest. So I'm the one who gets stuck with the memory, and everybody else has something that they're worrying about. But there's somebody watching us right now, and they're probably stuck in that grief, that complicated grief, that delayed grief, that fear of forgetting the loved one. And it's a very, I don't know how to describe it, but it's a very real thing. It's a very real fear that you have. In case there's somebody who's stuck in that aspect of that complicated grief, or even anger, because for you it's like a lot. For you, it could have been anger against Chris. And one of the things I really respect you for when you shared your story about your daughter's, your daughter's loss, was how you named the person. And I think there's power in naming these things, and not just speaking from the sidelines and things like that. What is that one thing you'll tell that person who is stuck in that particular situation, on how they get their power back based on your healing journey?
You have to remember that we are meant for community. We are meant to have friends. We're not meant to go do this life alone. And so I would say the first thing is, don't feel like you're alone. Share your struggles, share the grief, share with someone. It's important for others to know. And you know what? Also, somebody might be out there who can relate, who have been through the same struggles, the same issues, the same fears, the same grief that you've been in. So that's my encouragement would be for somebody to reach out and not to feel like you're ever alone.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much for that. Let me just check. Let me sample a few comments on the chat so that people don't feel like we're ignoring them. Sorry, guys. I know we went on a tangent there. It was very heavy there for a moment, but it was important. And Cheryl, I was very. I didn't know even how this was going to come out during the conversation. But God works in mysterious ways. It just came out and it worked clearly. So let me see a few comments that came through on the chat. And everyone is ordering. There are quite a number of people who have ordered the book, by the way. So they say they're not going to wait for the revised edition. So I have 3 people who have ordered the book: Hajarine, Miss TikTok, Fluffy Diva. They've all run that and they put it in their cart. Tiffany. So a number of people, I think, are going to be, to be reading the book. And I think, thanks so much, everyone, for just, that you support the author. Yes, Cheryl.
If they haven't ordered yet and they want a signed copy from me, I do have about 15 signed copies in my possession. So all they have to do is reach out to me, and we can work out. I can get their address and mail it.
Okay.
So guys, how about 15 left?
Guys, that's a good option. Like, you get the author's signed book, the autograph. I think that's a better option. Those of you who have put it in your cart, guys, I think Cheryl has put all her contacts on her channel, and I think you can also reach out to her because she has an email, and it's easy. She's very fast on email, by the way. She's extremely fast and very good at communicating on email. So you can work it out, and it can. Those of you who are in the US, I think it's even easier for her to get it to you. So let's see whether we can at least let's promote the author, guys. Now, let me see. There are a few things that I think some were comments, some were questions. Let me just see whether I can pull them up. Yes. The Boswell said, I will add this foundation to my list. So that is the foundation you're just talking about, where you guys are going to add that extra chapter on the book. And then Creativity Guides Me said, what a beautiful way to carry on her name. Local reviewer said, so many people don't know where or who to reach out to also. So I think it's a very great opportunity for, I like that aspect of community and asking for help. Titi says, Cheryl, I just ordered my copy. And 60 says, I just purchased my copy. So 60 also there. Chris, trust Chris to come and say, Cheryl is a cutie. Chris. We appreciate the compliment. I'm sure Cheryl appreciates the compliment. Chris just had to and couldn't help it. Guys, if you have any questions you want to ask, and Chris says, reaching out to people. Sorry, let me just get it. Reaching out also helps others and not just yourself. I think I like that. I like that particular comment.
Yes.
I like that particular comment. And Ajisali says, yes, sure.
Ministry, to be honest, ministry works both ways. The Bible says when you refresh someone, you will be refreshed. So it works both ways. When you help someone, you may not think that it's helping you, but it does. So I just want to share that.
All right. Okay. And I think, Apostle Ajisali says true, and then amen to that. I'm going to shift gears back into the work you're doing with rebounding, and also in terms of how it has helped you find your, and I know you said that the church was very important as well. You had to speak to a lot of counselors. You had to speak to, your pastor was a very pivotal part of it. And of course, there is what you're doing now with the rebounding, and you've not been shy to share your story. In fact, in that most popular video of yours, most people are so most of the people on the comment section was so. They were so grateful that you're able to share that part of your story. And it was a very brief part of your story that you shared in terms of the loss of Lisa. When it comes to the work you're doing on rebounding, and also the work that you're doing with this new channel, I just want you to talk to us about why is this important? Why is the message important for you, especially on what you're trying to share, not just on rebounding with Cheryl, but also in terms of what you're doing with 7 minutes. Let me see that I can get it. It is somewhere here, guys. This is Cheryl's second channel that she's trying to grow, and I want to just give her a few minutes to talk about it, in terms of the message that she hopes to also pass through this house. Over to you.
This was created, like I said, about 3 years ago, and I said, you know what, nobody's going to want to listen. But then I said, you know what, time is precious. So how about just do some little short teachings, 7 to 10 minutes. So people can listen either on their way to work, or they can listen while they're out taking a walk. So some of these things that I'm sharing are things that I learned in the ministry school that I was in, but some of them are from my own personal, some personal stories. So the reason I separated it is because I thought I needed to keep the testimonies and the short mini teachings separate from my rebounding channel, which is why I went ahead and started the 7 minutes with Cheryl. Oh, I have my coffee cup. Oh, you see it.
All right. Let me pull this down so that you can show people that, and then I'm going to drop the link on the. Oops, what happened? What did I do? What did I do? Okay, there we go. I'm going to post the link on both chats, both on Cheryl's and my live stream. For those of you who want to like
coffee
connect.
cup.
Oh wow!
So I can have
nice.
I want to do some, eventually do some lives, so I can sit and have my coffee and chat with people, because on the short teachings, they're, sometimes they don't want to ask questions on the chat, but maybe in a live, maybe they had questions about the video. What does this mean? Or I'm going through this. How can you help me with this? So that's the reason I separated the two channels, mainly for busy people like me, because I have a full-time job. And so I want to, continue to encourage people, but also give them the truth of, what the Bible says on certain things and how I learned certain things. And also just, eventually make it a little bit more interactive to do lives. So that's it.
Okay. 7 minutes with Cheryl. Thank you so much, everyone. I think Kevinish says Goga already had that one. Good. I think you had it. I think quite a number of you even have it already, because I saw a number of you on the comment section on some of the videos there. So thank you so much for that. All right. Let me see. Any questions? Okay. There are people have said that they've ordered the Kindle version, but they are coming for the signed copy. So Cheryl, I think you are covered. Expect some emails tomorrow. Yeah. So they say, you're going to get some emails. I think Titi says that when she comes to visit you, she'll get a physical copy. Then Titi, trust Titi. Titi has already just created a whole.
Or we live close. We can meet halfway. We're only an hour from each other. We can even meet halfway. Yeah.
Please make sure please make sure you record the video, and please make her jump on the rebounder. Everybody wants to see that video.
I have over 350 videos, but if I do, then I'll be showing my rebounder that's not supposed to be shown yet.
The one that do you have, like the one that is not supposed to be shown? The one that you can show us?
The one, yes, but the one that I'm not supposed to show you is back on there. So if I lay this one down and jump on it, you're going to see the other one. So that's why it's covering. That's why it's covering.
What I want you to do, because I need to protect your business, because now we are getting into the YouTube conversation. Can you just show us this one that is covered? You just go and stand behind it, and then I'm going to put you on a full screen so that people can see what a rebounder looks like. But of course, they have to go and watch your videos, because these things are on your channel anyway. Guys, if you want to understand what these things are, go to Rebounding the Cheryl's channel. You'll find all the videos. You'll understand what this is. Thanks so much, Paula Joe. Let me put you on a screen. That thing must be very heavy, Cheryl, right? How heavy is that thing?
This one is the heaviest I have, because this is a 44 inch. Wow. It's the heaviest, but it's also my favorite.
All right, let me.
This is a jump sport. This is a jump sport.
Okay. There's something you're explaining about springs, and I think this is the stuff you're talking about. Yes. Wow.
They're bungees. They're not springs, so it's easier, better for your joints.
Okay.
So if you have the ones with springs, you have to wear tennis shoes, because it's a little bit more firm. But so I always recommend the bungees.
Nice.
And you said but
did you say you can't show? No, don't show that one, because this is business. And you said you have 5 of this, right?
I'm sorry?
You said you have 5 rebounders, right? 5?
I had 5. Now I have 4, because the spring one I got rid of.
Okay.
I didn't like that one. And then I have 3 in the house now, and I loaned one to a friend of mine. And
Okay,
hopefully
nice.
she's going to come back so we can do some videos together.
All right, cool. I love you. I love you. Come back nicely. Back to your seat. We are protecting a business, guys. She has to. She has a brand deal that she has to protect until it's safe to share it out. Yeah. So thank you so much for that. But yes, guys, there are videos. She has done numerous videos on her channel that you'll understand what this is all about. And you can follow along if you have a rebounder. You can follow along, and actually, it's very nice how Cheryl does it, and she's bouncing like with the music. And I like how it's in sync. Sometimes, like I'm like, oh wow, this is very catchy. This is very fun and stuff. Especially go watch her most popular video. It will give you a lot of lessons about. Go watch her most popular video on YouTube. It's exactly 1 year old. You can give traffic to that video and it can pick up because it's officially 1 year old from tomorrow on the May 18th. And don't worry, Shadi, I'm getting to the tail end. I know it's almost like 2 hours, but I'm getting towards the tail end of the conversation. But let's talk about YouTube. And in terms of you talked about brand deals, and brands are reaching out to you because of the kind of content you're putting up. Let's talk about branding, because for me, I like your branding. Your branding is in simple things, not just like your cup, 7 minutes with Cheryl, but it's also in your background. Just tilt your head more towards the left so that people can see there's a whole like a frame. There's a whole frame behind Cheryl. There we go. There's a whole frame there that always appears. It's very distinct when somebody is watching your videos. And of course now the release that you're protecting us from, because there's an embargo until there's something that is not supposed to be seen until I think the next few days. How do you land brand deals? How do you position yourself as a content creator to be brand worthy, for lack of a better word? Like brands can actually reach out to you. How do you position yourself as a creator in that way? Because I find it very beautiful. And how do you go about it for those content creators who are listening and actually want to attract these brand deals?
The brands that so far, I have 2 rebounders. They reached out to me, and the reason they reached out to me is because I am close to another fitness instructor, and she gave their name, gave my name to them to reach out to me. And then on another occasion, I used they're called ropeless jump ropes. That's in one of my videos also. They reached out to me, and what happens is when you're a brand, they will send you the product for free, and then you promote the product, and then you can make a commission off of it. If you decide that you're not going to be with them anymore, you can sell the product if you want. So I helped this one instructor, and then she helped me. So we have a community online on Facebook, and that's how I received my branding, was through this instructor. And then they first reached out to me, and I wasn't interested at that time. And then she reached out to them again, and they got in touch with me. So the new rebounder that I'll be showcasing next Monday, a week from Monday, that will be the one that they had reached out to me, but then the instructor reached out and said, "Hey, I think you would like this one."
I like this idea. That is network. That is networking right there in action. And a curious question I have in terms of like the whole process. Like you're going to release this next Monday. What was that process like, working with a brand? And you're not just, sometimes as content creators or YouTubers, we are so stuck in our own ways, like, oh, I'm just going to do content for YouTube. But how did it feel like making content now, knowing that it's a brand? You're also positioning a brand right there. How did it feel, and how did it feel different compared to the other videos that you normally do just for the sake of it?
It's actually pretty exciting because it kind of gets you out of your comfort zone to do something that you're uncomfortable with. And
Yeah,
even though I've been in sales, I want to make the videos so that they're fun and not real, sales pitchy. And
yeah.
that's kind of a trick that you have to learn. But it's actually very flattering to, have somebody come to you and say, "Hey, we'd like for you to promote our
Nice.
product." So I didn't never really considered it. I just thought I'd be doing videos for fun and encouraging people. But recently when they started sending me the products, I'm like, oh, I like this.
Wow. Um, Looking into the future in terms of how your channel is growing, because it's already a brand in itself. Do you see yourself doing more of this kind of engagements, especially now that you want to start talking about nutrition, because you feel nutrition is very important, also like an aspect of like what people are eating and things like that, and that can also attract maybe new brands in the future. Do you see yourself getting more into this kind of deals and arrangements, and from a strategic perspective, as a businesswoman now, is it something that you see yourself pursuing for the channel?
Possibly in the future, since I do have a full-time job, I have to kind of, concentrate on that. And
Yeah.
but in a couple of years, when I retire, Lord willing, I'll be able to retire. Hopefully, I can switch and do YouTube full time, and so
Nice.
that would be down the road, hopefully. But right now, it's just it's fun. It's a way to stay in shape. I would like to get certified more in the nutritional part of it. That would be good. That way I can feel like I'm giving people, some ways to help them with their diet, with their and with exercise, but do it from a point of authority.
Authority, yes, exactly. Important, very important. And I like how you always give those disclaimers that make sure you seek the support of a certified instructor. I always love that. That's what makes me trust somebody. I think I'm like, oh, they're very kind enough to make sure that they're pointing you towards the right direction. You have a super chat from Fluffy Diva and Red's Room that you need
Thank
to just
you. Thank
thanks so
you.
much. And Red's Room says blessings. Fluffy Diva, thank you so much for the blessing
Thank you
as
so
well.
much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
When it comes to your YouTube channel, and I'm sorry, I'm going to put you on the spot here for a bit. When it comes to your YouTube channel, when you think of how you started YouTube, remember day one, video number one, 2.5 years ago, and video number, you said now how many videos have you done? Probably like
350.
three, yeah.
350.
So heading towards 400 thereabout. So when you compare your video number one and video number 350, and the 351 we are expecting to see maybe next week, hopefully, when you compare that journey from the first video you ever uploaded and the current video, talk to us about what is that one lesson? What is that one lesson that videos have taught you and content creation generally has taught you as Cheryl?
Number one, do not do YouTube alone. Join a community of people who know how to do YouTube.
Yeah.
I thought I knew. I thought I was just green. I'm telling you, I was green about YouTube. So when I first started, another thing is you won't see 20 of my videos because I got a new phone, an iPhone. And when I went to AT&T, they gave me some bad advice and I lost about 20 of my videos.
Ouch.
Yes. So I've learned some things the hard way. So I don't even have that first video anymore. It's gone. But I will say that important for join a community, be involved with different people who understand YouTube, that can support you, that can guide you, that can teach you things, because there's a lot to learn about YouTube that we don't know. And one thing about me is I don't like editing. So I mentioned that before on my first channel, there's no editing except for what I can do in YouTube Studio. My rebounding, I've been paying for an editor. He's in Bangladesh. He's just a kid. He's only in his 20s, but he's pretty talented. And so I've hired him for the last year and a half. I've put some money out. Okay. Sometimes you've got to put money out in these communities or with training. So I've been in a couple of schools that have helped me. I don't really need to name them, but if you're struggling with YouTube, there are people who can help you. I know there's someone, I don't know if he's still in here, like local. He said he would help me with editing. We haven't had a chance to get.
And speaking of local just painted your chat gold. They are saying God is great.
Thank you, local.
Yeah,
he was one that said, if I needed some help with editing, he would help me. It's just finding the time, finding the time to do that. So community, I can't say it enough. Red's room, he's there on Friday. He's there Fridays and Saturdays. I mean, any question during the week, every question that I've asked about YouTube, he's answered it for me. Goga was helping me with StreamYard earlier today. Things that I didn't know, so that's important for us because there's technical issues that we don't understand. There's technical things that you will go through and you get frustrated. But if you can reach out to someone and say, hey, I'm struggling with this. I don't know how to do this. There's people that really are there to help you. You just have to ask. So
and it goes back to your message when you say, it just goes back to what you're saying earlier about, even your struggles when you're trying to find your healing and, even deal with your trauma. I like how you kept on saying, you just need to ask for the help. And, it's the same thing. And you're going back again to the community conversation. You have to seek the church as the perfect community to, because you grew up in faith, you are grounded in faith, and faith always used to help you see things in a very different light. You have to go back to that community. So I like how you're bringing that aspect of community even in content creation and even asking for help back in content creation. Miss TikTok painting your chat orange and saying, speaking of money, you're awesome. Thank you so much for that, Miss TikTok. I really appreciate that. And local says that the person you recommended has contacted him. So I think he's just giving you information there that the gentleman who does your editing and videos contacted me. So that is from local. I thought I should just catch that, catch that very quick. And I think I like what you said in terms of having the grace to ask, having the grace to outsource. And I like how for you say, I'm a very busy woman. I have a lot of things that I do. I can't do certain things. So let me outsource the particular help. Let's talk about gear. Your videos are so good. I mean, I don't know if it's the light because you shoot your videos where you are seated. There's just a way there's some very good lighting there. Like it makes your videos look so good. Let's talk about gear. Like what camera do you use? Do you use your phone to do the shooting, or do you have a camera? Talk to us about some of the investments you've made for this channel in terms of the equipment. Or do you outsource the camera?
Okay, I have an iPhone 13 Pro, okay? I haven't upgraded.
iPhone people.
iPhone 13 Pro. That's all I use. I have a camera. I don't use it. I don't know how to use that camera.
Yeah.
So, and I don't want to upgrade to a new one, but I know eventually I'll have to upgrade to a new one because the new ones have a better camera. But I've been using this one to do my videos for 2 years now. And I just, now at first I was doing it in vertical because I didn't know you were supposed to do it in horizontal.
Oh, you went through that problem.
Yeah. So, and then also I bought a nice tripod, a heavy duty tripod. I have three tripods. I don't know why I only need one. That's it. That's the thing. People think that they need all kinds of gear to do YouTube. You really don't. If you got a good camera on your iPhone, use that. That's really all I have, and my tripod. And then I do have a softbox light, which I have on now, but my friend loaned it to me. I didn't buy that. But in this room is, and the acoustics are better in this room also. I used to record out in my living room, but I have 14-foot ceilings and the acoustics aren't very good over there. I have a huge window here, big
Yes.
picture window.
Mm.
So I can open it up and there's a lot of light. But on days that I don't have a lot of light, if it's dark, then I don't record. But I live in the Sunshine State. I get the sunshine, Florida Sunshine State. So I can record most weekends. On Saturdays and Sunday, I try to do 2 to 3 on the weekend if I can, if I'm feeling strong enough, and if I have time, I try to batch record.
I love that. I just want to show people something real quick. Let me see whether I can do that right away. And I like how you said it's the Sunshine State, Florida, where Barry walking exercise is, Miss TikTok vlogs. All these people are literally they're in the same state as you. Let me see whether I can pull this up because I love this scene on your channel. So this is one of my favorite videos on Cheryl's channel. Look at that. When she's doing this thing, it's the lighting for me, and then this room looks beautiful. Cheryl, I'm sure, like from a creator perspective, talk to us about the branding around the frames, because I think there's something about the frames. You can see like that picture there, that frame there that has like some flowers, and then there's this frame here that has the book of Psalms chapter 55, 17. And this is the same thing that you have like rebounding the Cheryl, I think another frame like that. Talk to us about how you normally go about branding your space, and why is it important for you to make it feel like you, like it is so you, and it reflects some of the things you believe in, because I can see your book there in the background. I can see some flowers here. So it's very intentional for somebody who like sees this for the first time. So talk to us about this and why it's important, because you know me, I keep telling people these things at the academy, that you have to be very deliberate in terms of how you brand and position yourself as a creator. So,
well, originally it was this. When we moved into this house, this is my prayer room, my study place where I could come in and just rest, and also do counseling, some one-on-one ministry with women. And I did that for a while until my husband is no longer working anymore. So I have found it hard to have the ministry in here. So now it's still a study, still a prayer room, but it also converts to my workout room, my rebounding room. So the sign changes depending on what I'm doing.
Okay, how many signs do you have? Just asking.
How many what?
How many signs? How many of those signs do you have? Like the
Just
frames?
Two.
Just checking. Another thing that I want to ask in terms of your content creation journey, which is your pain point? I know you said editing is and that's why you've outsourced editing. What is your pain point on YouTube generally? And honestly speaking, what is that thing that gives you hell, pain? Anytime you think about it, you just get stressed.
Well, number one, of course, is the editing. When I go to try to do the editing, I get so frustrated that I say, "Oh, forget it! It's going up unedited. It's going. You'll see it the way I recorded it. That's it. And the second thing would be that finding the time, setting aside time to record, and also try to do it with excellence if you can. That's the thing. Yeah. When we slop things together, your audience knows. Your audience knows when you slop things together. And the third thing is, I'm careful about people's time. Like I told Goga, my husband only can allow me 2 hours. Yeah. I want to be, careful about people's time. That's why I try to keep my videos, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. I do want to do an hour one day because I'm starting my new challenge coming up to fit into my dress. Yeah. That will be coming up. So I may do like an hour video one time. So, but really I think the hardest thing is the editing.
Yeah. Okay. And editing is such a big pain point for most people, because I think everybody who has come to the Sunday service when I ask them that question, they always say editing. They always say editing.
Yeah,
You are not,
because it's time
yeah,
consuming.
yeah. You are not big on live streams, but your videos are doing very well, and even the algorithm is promoting the videos. So between live streams and normal videos and shorts, what is your what? I know you are more biased in favor of videos, but talk to us how you make that decision between the content form, shorts, live streams, or videos.
What was the question? I didn't quite
I don't
understand.
like. I wanted to understand, like, you don't do a lot of live streams, it's more of videos. I wanted to
Right.
find a balance between how did you make that decision, like, let me prioritize videos more as opposed to live streams or even shorts.
Okay. It's just mainly about I think about the time,
The
because
time.
they just take a lot of time. When
Okay.
people do live streams, the minimum usually is about an hour.
Yep.
And I can record a video. I can record 2 or 3 videos
Yeah.
in that hour and work on them and get them uploaded, whereas a live stream, you can't do that. Well, actually, some people that do live streams, they don't edit at all.
Yeah. Oh no, live streams are not edited. You are done. You've recorded a video live, and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's a good
I
one.
don't
That's a
know.
good.
Let me ask the chat. Do you think, or maybe ask my audience if
Yeah.
they would like me to go live? I guess that would be a question I need to ask.
That's a good point. You can
Maybe
and you
for accountability, maybe do once a week live for people that are new to rebounding, and
Yeah.
maybe to get them to exercise. Maybe they're not exercising and they need some accountability. So maybe doing a live might help them.
the challenge you're planning to do, is it going to be live or is it going to be videos? Just curious.
Oh, the challenge? Oh,
Yes.
I will do one live. No, I will do one video.
Okay. Okay. Yes.
And then I will continue, and then I'll give an update every so often. And then at the end of the 66 days, I will do probably the live showing that the dress better fit.
And Tiffany says that, of course, rebounding check-ins, yes, bring them on. But I totally like, I think, the idea. For me, I think I always tell people videos are the money makers on YouTube. They are the ones that bring in the revenue anyway. Live streams, of course, they are relevant when they are happening, but their rewatch value is very low. So I think I like your discipline around the videos, to be honest, and the videos are already doing very well. Maybe we can do that experiment with 7 minutes with Cheryl, and then we see how it because that one is still growing. But I think for rebounding, I think it's already a solid brand as it is. Like, it's, and even the brands, I think they had to go and watch your videos, I'm sure, for them to make that business decision to collaborate with you. So I totally think it can. I totally think it can work. By all means, go live, but I believe you can do it more with the new channel that you're growing, and then you see how it happens. Right, but I mean, that's definitely a question you can ask the rebounders over at Cheryl's, maybe on the community post or on a poll, and then you see what they say in terms of their content decision. Guys, I promise Cheryl that I'll only keep her here for 2 hours. I think only the husband is the one who saved us and gave us this extra few minutes, but I'm also mindful of the time. Let me tell you, Cheryl is amazing. Number one, she keeps time. Number two, like, she will not be late. She's never late for, like, events. Even when we were doing our preparation calls, she was always there, like, on time. Like, it was so amazing just to, like, see how she's very respectable and respectful of people's time. She's also an amazing supporter. Cheryl, how do you get time to support all of us? Like, where do you get that time to? You're already busy. Your hands are full. You have like a million things to think about. How do you get time to support everyone? Because everybody agrees you're a super supporter on YouTube.
I know, if you see how many people I have, I think I have probably about 40 or 50 people that I follow. That's terrible.
Yeah.
Don't tell nobody. But I
only
about 40 or 50, I think. I don't know, I lost count. But there, if there is somebody that is providing the benefit that I'm looking for also,
nice.
I like that. Also, like I said from the beginning, I am an encourager. I love to see people win. So I will have a separate phone, my separate laptop or something set up so that I can encourage people to get their watch hours, get up to 1,000 subscribers. I love doing that. So I can't tell you all my secrets.
It's good to know. It's good to know. Like now, there are people here who are like, how does she do it? And she's already like overwhelmed, and she's already busy with her job and things, and she just tend to,
Okay, I'll tell you one thing. I don't like to watch TV. I'm not a TV person, but my husband watches TV. So I'll be sitting there on the couch and pretending I'm watching, and I'll have one thing in my ear, and then I'll be listening to Red's room, or I'll be listening to you. I'll be
collecting bits.
Yeah, or I'll be listening to Mrs. G or something, on her Tuesday night or Thursday night, whatever Mrs. G goes, or it just depends. Sometimes I'll get the pop up like someone's online, and I'll be able to tune in. And sometimes I might not be able to tune in, but maybe I can have it on my second device. And
Final question. Later. Yeah, final question I'm going to ask you about YouTube affairs. Your husband, does your husband know what you do on YouTube? Because one of the questions I have to ask creators here, apparently there are some creators here whose spouses don't know what they do on YouTube. They're even shocked when they see them on YouTube. So does your husband know your activities on YouTube other than collecting receipts? Do they know you make rebounding content and stuff?
He only knows about the one channel. He doesn't know about the second channel. Okay, I'll tell you that. Did you hear me?
Which one does he? Which one does he know? Which channel does he know?
He knows about the rebounding because he puts them together. If he has to if they come, he's got to put them together.
Okay.
Like I said, I don't put things together. So he'll do that for me. Yeah. But he did say, and because I will go on his phone, I said, can I borrow your phone? What are you downloading now? And I said, I'm not downloading anything. I just want to see my video, because on my video on his phone, I can see if ads pop up, So I'll let it play through. And then all of a sudden he'll say, why am I getting women on a trampoline? Why am I getting other people on a trampoline? Why am I? He goes, I'm getting all these other ads and pop-ups and so he only knows about that one, not the new one yet.
That's a good one. Anyway, that's very funny. And thank you so much for sharing that, because it's always very important for us to clarify and this, because I can see that there are people on the chat who are laughing because they're like saying, Goga, why are you calling us out? Tiffany says you are messing with his algorithm. No, I mean, he's watching TV, doesn't focus so much on YouTube. You can mess with your spouse's algorithm because it's not going to, he doesn't have a channel, right, Cheryl? He doesn't have a channel.
Oh, no, he's in his own world.
Exactly. Trini is challenging you to do like live streams daily. Is that going to be possible? No. Even I can't do live streams daily. Even him, he can't do live streams. Even Trini does not do live streams anyway. He did one today and he was so proud of it. Just one. We could not hear the end of it. So, Trini, why you like telling people to do things even you cannot sustain? All right, guys. Thank you so much for like listening. I really have to release Cheryl because she has given me like nearly 30 minutes extra. If you have not yet connected to Cheryl, there's a link that is pinned on top of my chat. I have to give her time to go and like do her videos because she normally does her batch. She normally does a batch shooting today, and I have to be mindful of that particular time as I promised. So in case you are not yet connected to, I want you to just go there and drop these nice blue hearts for her. Drop some nice blue hearts on her chat. Confirm that you're connected to her. Give her a thumbs up. We welcome super chats. We can be beggy, as Trini would say. Make sure you do whatever it is that you need to do before we release her in the next like 3 or so minutes. Please do that real quick before we like release her. The last thing I'm going to give her is a chance to like sign off out of the Sunday service. So she's going to like we'll give her 3 to 5 minutes or whatever time she wants to take, just to like wrap up in case there's any message that we did not like clarify during the conversation. She can easily bring it out now, and then we'll be able to like end her live stream. And then I'll ask the rest of the tribe to stay behind, because there are some receipts apparently that I'm being pressured to share. So I have some receipts after Cheryl leaves. Cheryl, we are not chasing you. It's just that we don't want to mess your algorithm. There are serious people who will come and replay your live stream tomorrow, and then they will find us discussing receipts. So I don't want that to happen. So the rest of the tribe, please stay behind. We have some receipts we want to share before we release people, because I'm getting a lot of pressure to share those receipts. Music is involved, a crash is involved. There are so many things involved around those receipts. So in case you are over at Cheryl's, I know that she'll be able to set up the raid. I don't want to give her that pressure, but yeah, the moment we end her live stream, just jump back to my live stream for you to be able to get the receipts. Okay. So, but thank you so much to everybody who like really connected to her, and you made our guest feel so welcome, warm. I feel so happy, just like I just feel so happy about this live stream. So, Cheryl, I'll give you just that chance to just like wrap up this for us, and then we can release you. Thank you.
I just wanted to, if it's okay, if there's a lot of moms in the chat, I wanted to share this poem with you, and then a word of encouragement. But this poem is called My Mother After All. So if you just celebrated Mother's Day, this is for you. It says, I can see it in the box of photos, page by page, all the mother-daughter memories, all the years and all the growing that was ours, and all the church anyone could need. I can taste it still, the love you put in all the cookies and cakes, teaching me that I could cook using 1 part joy and 1 part patience when I was only 7, but thought I was 8. I can laugh about it inside as you drove me to violin practices, or was it piano? No matter my performance, you always found a way to be there and make me feel that I was more than fine. I was simply great. I can feel it like it was just yesterday when I was 10, when you walked through the neighbors' doors and you were crying for hours and looked at me with teary eyes and said, your daddy's passed away. Even though I didn't cry then, I cry now. I can hear it all too quickly. By 13, the sound of all me, too cool to love you, too hip to be you, too busy for your endless chores and lists. I became so involved with making me, I was sure you didn't exist. I recall it like it was yesterday, grounded from my freedom all too often at 15. I fought your structure and your limits with the energy of the rebel that I had found. I said, I never want to be like you, and spoke boldly so you would know, but you spoke back softly with a smile of the wiser years. It's unavoidable, my daughter, but I pretend not to hear. I see today at 16, you hold my hand as heartbreak holds me all too fast. We tell each other, remember the good times, and laugh at all the bad and stupid fights. But love has always been there, no matter what the circumstance. And now I can make you go crazy as the car wheels roll out of the driveway of our house with me in the driver's seat. And surely as the college miles are not that far, closer I grow. At first, you're creating lists and acting with a new enthusiasm instead of giving up or giving in. I look around the house and chuckle instead of yell. From the bluest closet in the house to the whitest closet, to every shoe pile, to every file, our house is mine. Well, to my world. Now I see it so clearly in the mirror as I look more and more like you. But even more than all of that, it's who I have become today. I can see how deep within myself there is a loving sigh as I mimic your compassion and it gives me tingly feelings. I feel it in your dedication, Mom, to stick things through until the end. After all these years, you're more than just a role model. You're an inspiration and a friend. So when I find myself doing something like you now, I hold my head high. With a peaceful smile, I realize I've become my mother after all. By Lisa Rose. And that was written by my daughter. So I just want to encourage people today, love your family, love your children, your grandkids, love those around you, because you're never guaranteed another day. God bless you. Thank you so much for your time and your love and your community. And this time will always be special to me. Thank you, Goga.
You're most welcome, Cheryl. Thank you so much. That was so beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much. Guys, I'm officially going to end Cheryl's live stream. So the rest of you can just Uber back over to my channel. All right. See you in a bit. Okay. Thank you so much, Cheryl. And you're officially released from the Sunday service. I'm so sorry I had to take like 30 minutes of your extra time. Is he back yet?
It's okay. No, he's okay. He's not back. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you giving me the extra time. Thank you. Okay. I will send you a link tomorrow just for purposes of the collaboration. Thank you. Right, guys, as I wait for you guys to land back, let me get my receipts. Let me get my receipts ready. I was trying to copy them somewhere. Let me see whether I can. Let me see whether I can duplicate them. Duplicate. I'm trying to get my slides. I have a lot of receipts. There's so many receipts to be shared today. Duplicate slides. So let me go to the second one. So delete this. Go to the third one. So delete this and this. Let me go to this one. Delete this. Delete this. Delete this. Right. Okay. Oh, that was amazing. That was an amazing conversation. Man, that poem at the end, that poem that was done by Lisa, that was very powerful, man. Like these are the kind of conversations this is why the Sunday service exists, guys. This is why the Sunday service exists. It is inspiration, your inspirational life awaits at the Sunday service. And for me, I'm so honored that, Cheryl came and, shared with us this conversation. Hey, Winston, welcome, Winston. Are you back from Vegas? Welcome, Winston. Winston is part of this receipt business. Thank God he's here. Winston is part of this craziness that happened that I'm going to discuss. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming back. I appreciate you guys supporting Cheryl over on her live stream. 60 plus is in the building. Guys, 60 plus is going to be our Sunday service guest next week. This is another powerful person you don't want to miss. This is another powerful person you don't want to miss. And I know she's going to talk about forgiveness as well. I think there's something very profound she said, I think, about forgiveness. I don't want to discuss the receipts too early, but yeah. So 60, aka Q, people know her, call her Q. She's not called 60. That's not her name, but that's the channel name. So 60 will be joining us next week. So you don't want to miss that Sunday service. We've already scheduled it. It's already scheduled on the platform. And we are multi-streaming both on my channel and her channel. So you better connect to Q. Because we'll also be streaming on her channel as well, because we need to get 60 to 1,000 subscribers. No pressure, but we are getting 60 to 1,000 subscribers. Red's Room, my brother Red's Room, are you on the live stream? I want to give a special thanks to Red Room because I remember I approached Cheryl like quite a while back. Like, I told her in the Academy live stream that you will really be amazing at the Sunday service, because I'm excited about fitness. I get very fascinated about fitness. So anytime I see somebody does anything that is fitness related, I'm always like saying they have to come to the Sunday service. And until Red's Room planted another seed and another idea. And I think I saw an angle that I think I'd not thought of. So thank you so much, Reds, for this was a good one. This was a good one, and I'm glad that I pursued that conversation further. And we had Cheryl come up on the Sunday service. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone, for that. I think it was perfect. Kevnish is having a party in the next 4 hours. Exactly 4 hours from now. Kevnish, it's amazing. That will be guys, I'm going to set up an alarm. I have to set an alarm. Kevnish, I'll come to your party about 1 hour late. I will wake up at I'll try wake up at 4 o'clock. That is 1 hour into the event. I'll come 1 hour one hour into the event. Because I know I'm going to sleep late, so I think I'll sleep for like about 2 hours. I'll sleep in shifts. I'll sleep for 2 hours, then I come to your party, then I go back and sleep before I go to work in the morning. So Kevnish is having a very beautiful party. Kevnish is having a very beautiful party in the next 4 hours. She's celebrating 2 years on YouTube. Kevnish is also a very big super supporter. Like, this is like premium top, top of the, those words you guys normally, those bougie words you guys normally use. She's also a very extreme top supporter. I will sacrifice my sleep for Kevnish any day. That is why I'm going to set up my alarm so that I can wake up and come for that event. Even if it's for 30 minutes, I will come. I will come, Kevnish. I will be there and I will jump on the panel to say something. So please, guys, if you have not yet RSVP'd, it is open for everybody. Please make sure that you pop in over at Kevnish's live stream in the next, I think it is like 7:30 Eastern. 7:30 Eastern will be 2:30 East African time. That is literally what we have to I told you there are 2 events. We already had a crazy one yesterday with Mystic T having a remonetization party, and then now we'll be having Kevnish in the next few hours. Rebounding says, I love you, everybody. Oh, we love you too, Cheryl. You are amazing. You are amazing. Oh my goodness. You are amazing. Thank you so much. And thank you for trusting us to hold this space for you. It was not an easy interview. It was, for me, I did not even know how to. You notice I went very quiet at some point, especially when you're talking about your daughter. But thank you so much for carrying that, because me, I was lost there for a moment. I did not know how to handle the next. I do not even know what I wanted to ask next, because heavy, they always say heavy is the head that wears the crown. My heart was very heavy, so I did not even know what to ask. But thank you so much for really carrying it through. And that's the beauty of having a co-host at the Sunday service. When the host looks lost and overwhelmed, the co-host can take over. And I think Cheryl did an amazing job. So guys, if you have not yet connected to Cheryl, she's there with you guys on the chat. Can you tell her nice things when she's there on the chat? Like, affirm her. Tell her how you are amazing at the interview. I liked this. I liked your outfit. Can you tell her those nice things you guys normally tell people when they are on the chat? Tell them those things. Tell them those things, because I know some of you don't tell people. You can't tell that. You couldn't tell her directly on the panel. You can now tell her on the chat. She's there. She's there. She's there. She's there. I see Simone already saying, Cheryl, you've blessed me beyond measure. Oh, look at Simone. I like Simone's message. Guys, do I discuss the receipt? Goga, now that's what I call support. Sleeping in shifts. Yeah, you have to sleep in shifts sometimes to get the Americans. This is what I do. This is how I was able to know what happened, the catastrophic events that happened 2 days ago. Now those are the receipts I want us to discuss, guys. 2 days ago, there were catastrophic. Those difficult, those words. Why am I using very big vocabulary? But it's because I think it is Trini who affected my choice of vocabulary. Catastrophic events happened 2 days ago, and I want to be part. I want to share this. I want to share some few pictures on the screen. Don't laugh. Cheryl was one of the ring leaders, by the way. Cheryl was one of the ring leaders. Red's room. We are discussing the receipts. Oh, Red's room is here. He cannot miss. Red's room can never miss mix up. If there is one thing I have seen, Rezum is one of the people I have seen end his live stream to go and listen to Mix Up. So Rezum has literally closed down his live stream to go and listen to gossip. So he's capable of gossip. He's capable of gossip. Rezum, do you have permission to discuss your receipts? Because I know you're going to talk to your lawyers tomorrow, but before you go and report us, before the lawyers get involved, I want to discuss these receipts. Okay. Let me start with the receipts. And Cheryl is there saying, Stop bribing me, Red Room. My entire content was about your receipts. You cannot bribe me. I am going to talk. The moment Red Room, you can take back your super chat. The Red Room, you're not going to silence me. You're not going to silence me. It's like saying, Goga, can you shut up? You don't need to discuss this business. Okay, I am going to, guys, but you know, Red Room is also my channel member. So I have to be like, do I want to like keep the membership and things? He may decide to leave the membership, and he's a top member. You know, he makes me get my threshold. So I don't know whether I should like. Okay, I am going to like. I'm not going to mention names. Reds, why you paying me hash money? I did not even say it is you. I did not even say it is you, Reds. Why you paying me hash money? These receipts are not even about you. These receipts are not even about you. Why are you suspicious? Why are you suspicious of yourself? The receipts are not even about you, Reds. These are very general. These are very general receipts. These are very general receipts. But thank you so much, Red, for that blessing. Thank you for the hash money. Okay, let us start. Let me start. Okay, I've been given permission. Spill the beans. Yeah, it's not about Red. Why are you suspicious? Why are you suspicious of yourself? Speak to members only. Look at Joe. Joe, since when did you start collecting receipts like this? There is Joe, there is Tandra. Tandra even yesterday came to my life and said, Guga, I thought this was urgent. That's why I came. Tandra, you cannot be like this. Okay, we are going to discuss. I want to set the stage for what happened 2 days ago. A catastrophic event happened 2 days ago. And then there's a music that I'm going to play. There's a song that, and then there's a song that I'm going to play. So I'm going to we have like a lot of number one, let me say that I can do these receipts in like 20 minutes. Then we go for the raid. The only problem, I don't want to discuss these receipts badly because the last time I discussed somebody's receipts, I crashed badly and I became news. So I am not going to like discuss this receipt. I'm not going to mention names or attack anybody because I know some people here are going to like pray for me to crash. The last time I discussed these things, I crashed badly. So I don't want to like, I'm going to be very demure on these receipts. Now, let me change the song a bit so that you guys can get the context. So let me get this. Where is that song? Where is that song by? Okay, there we go. Setting the stage. Good evening, citizens. This just in from Rebound TV. That's just a song, guys. Don't pay attention to the names. Okay. Let me turn that volume up. Okay. It started, this entire drama started here. Let me see that I can pull the receipt. This entire drama started here. This entire drama started here. Black box recordings reveal loud drums and somebody yelling. Authorities confirmed. Oh, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up. Involving Ninja Airlines. Viewer discretion is advised. Ninja Airlines gone down again. Red Room TV with the plan to see. Okay, so this entire drama started here. So Red Room was doing his live stream. Red Room was doing his live stream on Friday. Let me reduce the volume. I will turn it up when I'm done with the receipts. That was music to set the scene. This is what happened on Friday. So on Friday, Red Room normally does live streams where he just like, just him supporting his people, supporting everybody, nothing much, just him doing his thing, being a content creator, being consistent in terms of the content. Then I think he meant to send people on Winston's premiere. Winston is in Vegas. Winston has been in Vegas for the last 3 weeks, I think. So Winston was cooking for his colleagues. That was the premiere. I watched the premiere. So Winston was cooking for his colleagues and he decided to release the premiere of how he cooked for his colleagues in Vegas. So I think there's where Reggie meant to send people. Then all of a sudden, people are sent to a live stream that is taking place 2 weeks from now. People are sent into the future. So me, of course, I slept. I because it was very late, so I left Resume running because I was on his live stream and I think he was beginning. I left him running. When I woke up, this is the screen I found. This is what I found on my laptop when I woke up in the morning. But it does not stop there, guys. So me, I found this because I normally leave some tabs open at night. So I found this on my laptop in the morning. So, but I was not sent there automatically, clearly because the live stream was not running. This is a live stream that Winston will be doing 2 weeks from today, the last day of May. That's when Winston is going to be doing this live stream. So the pilot picked the wrong destination, but it wasn't a wrong destination. It was a future destination. Let me be very clear. The man did not crash. He just sent people on a time travel. This is the first time I think I have seen time travel happen on YouTube. We were sent on a time travel mission. So we landed in the future. Now, the receipts do not stop there. This was the first thing I came across when I went into that place where we landed. This is the first message I saw. And it has something to do with the Sunday service guest who just left the panel. The first passengers who landed in the future. The first passengers who landed in the future were, let me see if I can pull it up. Yeah, this is the first. This is the message from the first passengers who landed in the future. There we go. That was the first screenshot. The first passengers who landed in that destination. It was Cheryl. Red's room. What happened? Then real odds. Real odds is like saying this is for May the 30th. Then season. It is season's chats for me. Game over. Game over. And then season puts those things. This was the first screenshot, guys. And then it does not stop there. It does not stop there. It does not stop there. Let me send you the second screenshots. Guys, you're going to laugh like crazy. Prepare yourself. This was the second screenshot. So these are the first passengers. So Cheryl was among the first ones. And then the second one, this was the second screenshot. Let me show you. This is not safe. So I want you to pay attention to these screenshots very well. Then this was the second one. This was the second one. Miss TikTok. You can see Cheryl is still there. Miss TikTok is like, may I take a screenshot? She's even asking for permission on her chat that a live stream that is not happening. So Miss TikTok, always in the heart of all the drama, she was there. May I take a screenshot? And then Cheryl is like, oh my. And then she puts her name. Guys, the way Cheryl is demure. Imagine Cheryl also landed in the crash. Cheryl is like, oh my. And then it does not stop there. Now remember, Miss TikTok has asked for permission to take screenshots. Okay. Now let me continue with the receipts. It does not stop there. We continue. I think Miss TikTok decided to take those screenshots. Then look at this. Oh. Let me see if I can get the image. There are like about 6 images I'm going to share with you. This is how you keep your receipts, guys. Then the third set of messages. This is still on the crash destination. Guys, I want you to read those chats. Look at Miss TikTok. Auntie, what is happening? And then look at Auntie. Auntie again. Auntie always also gets caught up in these things for some reason. Look at Auntie. Auntie is like, where is Captain Reds? Then look at Miss TikTok. Aunt, I am deading. Then look at Season. Season comes in there as well. Auntie, go over to Mr. Winston's channel. Now we were being told to go and why it not for Season? We would have not known that there was a premiere that was taking place. So Season comes and tells everybody, you all need to go to the premiere because there is where Resume plan to read. Then look at Miss TikTok. Auntie, and then look at Auntie. Okay. And then look at Miss TikTok. Season, what is going on? For me, It is how Miss TikTok is trying to like look for receipts. Like she's really trying to push. And then Auntie is also participating in this entire business. Season is trying to be the voice of reason. So Season came and told everybody to go to the right place, which was the premiere. The screenshots don't stop there, guys. The screenshots don't stop there. It continues. Then here comes the third one. Of course, I think everybody was now told to go and watch the correct premiere. So I think the chat stopped there. Then me, of course, I wake up in the morning. I'm coming to now my waking up in the morning and what I saw. These are the third screenshots. Fluffy Diva. Oh, these are different receipts. These are different receipts. No, I did not mean to share these receipts. I'm coming to explain. These are Fluffy Diva's receipts. These are Fluffy Diva. Pay me some super chat and then I will not discuss your receipts. I'm mixing up the receipts. So people are finally sent to. Thank you, David, for the raid. Thank you, David, for the raid command. I'd even forgotten we have to raid. That, guys, now Miss TikTok. Me, I wake up in the morning. I wake up in the morning and my messages. My WhatsApp is on fire. Let me tell you one thing I like about this entire catastrophic event. The captain who allegedly crashed the plane into the future, he was the first person to come and report himself on my messages. This was what he wrote. Flight crash. He puts those eye emojis. Let me see if I can copy this entire image by Red Room. This is what Red Room sent me on my messages. Red Room has direct contact with the president. That is the message that Red Room sent me with all the emojis. That one. Flight crash. Look at it. Flight crash. Eyes. Aeroplane. There's a phone call there. Jamaican flag. Ninja emoji. I will be in hiding. Now, everybody else is looking for asking, Reds, where are you? Where are you, Reds? Everybody's asking in that destination where Red's room is. The man has kept quiet. Totally hiding. He said he's not going to like announce his presence. Of course, he was seeing everything. He was seeing everything that you were all typing there. He was seeing everything you were all typing there. Those are the emojis he sent me. Then, forget about Red Room. Miss TikTok, of course, was one of the ring-leaders. Miss TikTok also ran to my messages. Goga. This is what Miss TikTok wrote. Goga, can you run very fast? Guys, I'm asleep. It is 1 a.m. It is almost 2 a.m. in Kenya. These are the messages these people are sending me. Miss TikTok, come quick. Winston Premier is in 14 days and Red Room raided us there. Goga, come very quick. Winston Premier is in 14 days and Red Room raided us there. You don't want to miss this. Guys, these are the messages. Instead of waking up to messages of God, good morning, God, as God bless you this morning, Goga, I was waking up to Miss TikTok messages, Red Room messages. There's also one other person who sent me those receipts. I was like, why are you people like this? Like, why are you people like this? Like, you couldn't even wait for me to wake up in the morning and things like that. Me, I woke up, I found myself, I did not go anywhere. Because for me, the best way for me to know whether somebody raided or not is when I select them on, I leave them running, then I will know whether they raided or not the following morning. This is what happened in that catastrophic night. Then before you even realize it, there was another person who sent me a message. This one rarely sends me messages. Even him, he was part of the crowd that sent me messages. And it does not help. This was the message from Trinidadian living in Finland. Trini never sends me receipts. Trini is not even a receipt person. All of a sudden, I woke up to a message from Trini. That is the first message I had to read because Trini never sends me messages unless it is necessary. Trini told me, Goga, Ninja Airline went down again tonight. LOL, laughing out loud. That was a message from Trini. Goga, it has gone down again. Trini never sends me those kind of messages. Like, I was so shocked. I was perturbed. I was petrified. But then and then it does not stop there. Trini also attached a file. Trini attached a file to that message. And that is the song you guys are listening in the background. The man even went and created a whole crash song immediately. Even the crash site had not cooled down. the man has already released a new song, and he attached this song. I was one of the first people who received these songs on my inbox, and I was like, what is this? I decided to play it, guys. I have not even prayed and thank God for a new day. I have not even prayed to thank God for a new day. I have a new jam from Trini. And that is the song that you guys are listening. I'm going to turn it up, we listen to it, and then we come back to the second receipts. Here we go. Turn it up. So this is the receipts as I drink my water to allow you guys to like listen to these receipts. So wait, let's start it again. DJ, can you turn that thing again? We'll pause it. This is the song that Trini released immediately. Trini did not even wait for the crash site to cool. He had already sent me a song on my inbox while reporting that Ninja Airlines has crashed again. And this was the song. We are turning it up.
This month, involving Ninja Airlines.
Oh, let me see. Okay.
Good evening, citizens. This just in from Red's Room TV. Another catastrophic incident involving Ninja Airlines has occurred during what officials are calling a future raid mission. Reports say the aircraft disappeared through a suspicious time portal shortly after takeoff. Auntie Trini, Classic, and several passengers still cannot be located. Rescue teams claim some survivors were discovered in the year 2099 arguing over Wi-Fi passwords and curry chicken prices. Black box recordings reveal loud Amapiano drums screaming and somebody yelling, "Who touched that time machine button?" Authorities confirmed this is the fourth crash this month involving Ninja Airlines. Viewer discretion is advised. Ninja Airlines gone down again. Red's Room TV with dip on the scene. Future Red gone wrong again. Somebody check the fuel and engine. Board the flight, everybody hype. Classic bring snacks for the overnight. Auntie Trini say the spirit no right, but Ninja press launch.
Welcome, Cheryl.
Pilot screaming, we jump to time. 808 shaking, everybody
song is good.
Flight attendants lose them weaving the sky. Reds in the cockpit asking why. Mayday, mayday, future flight dead. Passengers land in the
And he was reading Red's Room
some of them
messages.
dancing, some of them lost. One man selling doubles by the spaceship stop. Ninja Airlines crash again, crash again, crash again. Sent people on a future raid again. Red's Room TV can't explain. Future people find survivor there. Classic still missing in a flying chair. Auntie Trini yelling this not fair. Log drum kicking everywhere. Future raid, future raid. Boom, 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 boom. Time machine fail.
This is a boom, boom, boom for me.
Ninja crash, we playing again. Still collecting super chat through the pain. Scientists baffled, nobody know how the airplane reached Pluto Road. One survivor found in futuristic clothes, streaming live with robotic goats. Red's Room TV, send another raid. Now the timeline start behaving strange. Dinosaurs dancing to a piano bass. Ninja disappear without a trace. Breaking update. Authorities confirm survivors were found in the future. One passenger reportedly opened a jerk chicken restaurant on Mars. Meanwhile, Ninja has already announced another flight for tomorrow. Ninja Airlines gone down bad, check moving fast, everybody mad. Classic somewhere now, a cab. Auntie Trini fighting with the Android lad. Future flight mash up the timeline, whole body guide still hot and the baseline roll. Red's Room TV never lose control till Ninja crash another portal hole. Future raid.
Boom, boom.
Somebody save the black box tail. Future raid. Ninja Airlines, later day. Ninja Airlines late again.
Reds, this is amazing. This song is amazing. Add it to your playlist. Add it to your playlist. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Trinidadian Living in Finland's production. In case you ever want such a powerful song, a powerful jam, you need to join his membership. He does songs for all his members. Trini is so, I don't know, this is not even being petty. This is levels of being extra. Trini, how long did it take you to go and create this song? And the crash had just happened. For you to have sent me that message that Ninja Airlines has crashed again and you attached the song to it, it's like you are anticipating that crash. You created this jam even before the crash happened. So you are just praying that the crash happens. And then I don't know how you did it, but you're a master crash. You're a master class in your own right in terms of just how you like arrange. I don't know. It's just a masterpiece. It's just a masterpiece. And thank you so much for this jam. I know Fluffy Diva will be talking about it tomorrow on her own stream. Yesterday, Redzoom tried to silence us, but yesterday was Miss TikTok's party, so we had to behave because it was not our event. But I said at the Sunday service, I am not going to shut up. The president does not shut up about things. So yesterday at the Miss TikTok, we really had to control ourselves because we were told to keep quiet. We were guests in that event, so we could not like bring our receipts in there. But it is becoming very clear. I think Redzoom does these things intentionally because how can Redzoom always be in the news? How is he always in the headlines for all the wrong reasons? Why is he the one always like anytime when people are talking about crashes? Why is he the only person who's always been mentioned in these kind of things? Yeah, I'm very concerned, but it's very telling. Sometimes I think he does this. Sometimes I think he does this like intentionally because he wants. We all know Redzoom loves. Redzoom loves being popular on the streets and everything, and we all love him anyway. Sometimes I think he just does these things for a reason. But one thing I like with Redzoom, he gives you Ninja Airlines always gives you like a disclaimer that if you are taking this flight, he has no responsibility. He does not take responsibility for where the flight lands. He always gives those disclaimers. And you guys are still flying Ninja Airlines. Thank God I fly private. This is the beauty of having your own jet as a president. Thank God I fly private because you see me, I did not crash. I woke up in the morning, my screen was black. I was not part of that crash anyway. But anyway, Redzoom, well done. Trinidadian Living in Finland. This song is a masterpiece. Boom, 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 boom. Classic, were you found? Classic, you also mentioned. A lot of people are mentioned on this conversation. So I like how you guys really. For me, I liked how you guys milked this flight. But also, thank you so much for also supporting Winston's premiere. Winston has been in Vegas, and I think that was a very beautiful video when he was feeding his colleagues over in Vegas. Well done. Now, that was the first receipt. The second receipt. I have one brief receipt and then I have another. Miss TikTok, can you come to the front of the class? Miss TikTok, come to the front of the class. This morning, Auntie, come to the Auntie will need this for your show tomorrow. Auntie, you will need this for your show tomorrow. Miss TikTok, you are I think you had not yet woken up when these receipts happened. Now, the second receipts are about our lovely Fluffy Diva. Now, this morning, people have been giving Trinidadian Living in Finland pressure to like do live streams. This morning, Trinidadian Living in Finland decided to do a very beautiful live stream. I don't know that I'm supposed to say about the pin thing, but anyway, let me stop. Let me keep quiet with the P conversations. So this morning, Trini was doing a live stream. Trini is in Finland. The Americans were asleep. Even Miss TikTok was asleep. I knew Americans were asleep. The Canadians were asleep. So there is no way you guys could have been there. But the rest of us were there anyway. The rest of us were there. And of course, the rest of you came, you woke up and then you eventually found yourself there because he stayed there for a while before the pin incident happened. Fluffy Diva, can you stop like defending yourself? Guys, now, so Trini Trini doesn't do live streams often. Trini is a premier guy. He's a premier boy. We all know Trini does premieres for his pork and food and things like that. today morning, Trini decided to do a live stream. Even me, I was shocked because I saw him online and I was like, hey, Trini's live. Let me run there and see what's going down. Let me go. Let me say it like a Jamaican. Let me run there and see what's wagwan. So I jumped there, and then he was showing flowers. It was a very demure live stream. I've never seen Trini very excited about plants and flowers and bushes, but it was very clear later on in the live stream why the bushes were being shown. But anyway, it is not my business. But Trini, this besides the point. You need to go and rewatch that live stream by Trini to understand why the bushes were very important for him, because there was a period that happened after that, and yeah, there's a whole conversation there, but I don't want that was not part of the receipts. Now, Fluffy Diva walked into that live stream. Now here is where things become important. Local, if you're watching this, I don't know where your wife was, but local, you need to be here. We all know Fluffy Diva was the host. She was the host of the Miss TikTok Mix Vlogs remonetization party. I have never even heard of a party called remonetization, but trust Miss TikTok to like Blessed, leave me alone. Blessed, can you stop spamming my chat? Blessed, can you stop spamming my chat with that message about I'll give an update on members immunity later. Blessed, can you stop spamming my chat? Thank you so much for the 26 months of trust. Oh my goodness. Miss TikTok, thanks so much for the 9 months of trust. Blessed, can you stop spamming my chat? I need to finish my receipt. Now, Fluffy Diva walked into Trinidadian living in Finland's live stream, and then she typed that message you are seeing on the screen. Good morning. Thank you. I just got home. And Fluffy Diva is saying, member for 6 months. Thank you so much, Fluffy Diva, for the 6 months of trust, but I have to discuss your receipt because it is part of my content. I'd already prepared. My script was to discuss your content. Now, guys, I want you to look at that message. Fluffy Diva comes there. Good morning. Thank you. I just got home. You notice it is 1:24 p.m. This was Kenyan time. 1:24 p.m. is about like 11:24 in London. So, because Diva is 2 hours behind my time. So that's the time. So she was getting home at 11 in the morning. Now, if my memory serves me right, Tamika, Fluffy Diva, was the host of the Miss TikTok party yesterday. Miss TikTok ended her party after 3 hours before she raided us over to, was it calisthenics or something, NYC. Fluffy Diva, now I understand. Now a lot of things made so much sense. There is a reason Fluffy Diva was all of a sudden made sure that the party ended and we were all being raided. She was going on a date somewhere. I knew it. She was going on a date somewhere. And then she decides to correct herself. She did not mean to type, I just got home. She meant to type, I got up, sorry. And then she writes, it's a typo. But of course, even Trini saw it. And started saying, Fluffy, why are you giving Goga receipts? Because Goga has already seen that message. And I was there listening. Look at what I typed and I asked her, Tamika, where did you go? Because she was just getting home. If she was getting home, it means she went somewhere after the party. She did not go to sleep. Now she's trying to clarify and correct that she went to sleep. It was a typo or a typing mistake. Now, all of us who know Tamika, I call her Tamika because I've always known Fluffy Diva with her real name. So that's why I always call her Tamika. All of us who know Fluffy Diva, we all know she does not make these kind of rookie mistakes, like typing problems. She's an expert. She's a very seasoned YouTuber. She knows her stuff. She doesn't make these kind of rookie mistakes. It could not have been a typo. It could not have been a typo at all. I know this woman very well. She does not make these kind of rookie mistakes on YouTube. But guys, it is not my business. Auntie, whatever you decide to do with this information tomorrow on your show, it's entirely up to you. But I know she will struggle to like clarify tomorrow on her afternoon show. Yeah, whatever she tells you, guys, I'm just like reporting the events as I saw on Trini's live stream. But yes, this all happened on Trinidadian living in Finland's live stream. But she said, I just got home. Getting home and getting up, they are so different and they are worlds apart. You know, they are worlds apart. Like it can't be a typing mistake. I am just wondering whether her YouTube husband is aware about these messages, but he wasn't on that live stream. But it is not my business. I just thought I should let you guys know. It's information, and yeah, whatever you decide to do, this entire information is entirely up to you. It is not receipts. I'm just reporting like a chat that happened. But what do you mean? Why was she getting home at 11:24 p.m. London time? I told you these receipts are so many today. One more receipt left. I am done with that receipt. The last receipt for the night before the affirmation, and then we go on a raid. The last receipt, guys, the last receipt is so beautiful. It's about I don't know, Trini, I don't know what I did to deserve this, but thank you. Oh my goodness, guys. Trini decided to gift me with that. So I'm not even his member, honestly. But these are privilege he only extends to his members. But Trini just surprised me the other day and told me, Goga, I'm going to do for you a jam. I have looked at you as the president. And guys, he wrote for me one of the most beautiful songs ever. And it is my honor to officially do a listening party for this song. Trini, you may not know, Trini, you may not have anticipated this, but guys, this song spoke to me. I know. Don't make me cry. Get me some handkerchief, I know. This song spoke to me because, guys, this week I'll be celebrating. I'm not having a party or anything, just in case. This week I'm going to be celebrating 4 years in the YouTube Partner Program. I got monetized in the month of May 2022. I got monetized on the 22nd of May 2022. This will be on Friday this week. When Trini sent me this song and I was listening to the lyrics, I was like, Trini is a prophet, guys. Trini is a prophet. He literally affirmed me. He literally spoke my story. He literally, like somebody just affirming you for keep doing what you're doing. We see you. And I just want to say thank you so much, Trinidadian living in Finland, for this masterpiece. It was such a beautiful surprise. I did not expect it. And for me to receive this gift just a week before I celebrate 4 years in the YouTube Partner Program, thank you. Thank you so much. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the beautiful song that Trinidadian living in Finland gifted me. He gave me 2 versions. I'm going to play one. On Wednesday, I will decide which one I want to be playing. But this is the song that Trini decided to gift the presidency on this occasion as we celebrate 4 years in the YouTube Partner Program.
Mr. President, on the mat now. Breathe in, breathe out. Real connections, real love. Yeah. Yoga. Mr. President, on the mat now. Breathe in, breathe out. Real connections, real love. Yeah. Morning sunrise over Nairobi sky. Students gather around and the spirit feel high.
I know, right?
Yoga with Goga, got the wisdom inside. Heart full of lessons and a peaceful vibe. He said balance your soul and align your way. Every deep breath make the stress fade away. Collaboration strong from near and far. Healing through movement under African stars. Hands to the heavens, feet on the ground. Positive energy all around. No fake flex, no ego display. Just love and growth every single day. Yoga with Goga, oh yeah.
The chorus.
The president showed the righteous way. Stretch your pain and let it fly away. African drums make the spirit sway. Yoga with Goga, oh. Real connections make the good vibes flow. Studentship wisdom everywhere.
Really?
Heart full of live lessons that the whole world know. From Kenya to Finland, people tuning in. Meditation start, let the healing begin. Mind get clearer when the breathing slow. Inner peace rise and the blessings grow. Warrior pose with the sunlight gleam. Building community and chasing dreams. Every live stream got encouragement. Strong unity and wellness inside every song. Inhale, exhale. your mind.
Hey.
Stand tall, don't fall. Let your soul glow. Goga, teacher and friend. Real life, wisdom, healing never ends.
Oh my goodness.
Mr. President, lead the conscious way. Body and spirit in a sweet balance today. African fusion. Make the aura great. Yoga with Goga. Real connections everywhere we go. Students and teachers moving nice and slow. One love, one art. Let the good vibes grow. Breathe in peace. Breathe out joy. Yoga with Goga forever.
I bow to you, Trini. Trini, well in. Trini. Like this song spoke to me, Trini. Like I was just so, my heart was so full. Like my heart was so full, and like, I mean, I'm so grateful. And yes, definitely, with the beggy, with the buy me a coffee, and I like how you slid in the super chat there, even in the crash song. Yes, you're getting a coffee courtesy of me, and I really appreciate the support. Thank you so much, Trini. This is a masterpiece, and ladies and gentlemen, please join the guy's membership. You'll get a song. You'll get a song that is curated to fit your. Join his membership. I'm pushing you. Join his membership. The man is there, like he's there to prosper on YouTube, and I think he's perfecting his craft. So make sure you support Trinidadian living in Finland. We all know Trini. He does an amazing job. Honestly, like this song, Trini, thank you so much. Let me tell you, I heard it. Man, I sent him a message. I was literally screaming. Like I was so excited. Thank you so much for the amazing work you're doing. And Trini, I don't know how you like do it, because I know it can be systems, I know it can be you are using tools, but there's a way like songs, each song is curated to fit the personality of the person it is created for. And I think for me that is a class act. That is talent on steroids. Trini, you found something that works. That right there is your gift to the community. Don't let anyone dim that sunshine. Keep doing what you're doing, and keep supporting your members in the best way you can. I think it's a very nice value add to your members. If you join his membership, guys, you're going to get a brand song, and his membership is very affordable. It's not expensive. Join his membership, and then get to have that song that is customized to your taste. So well done, Trinidadian living in Finland, and thank you so much for this beautiful masterpiece. I am done with my receipt and announcements. I have 2 more assignments left. Number 1, affirmation. Number 2, raid. Number 3, Kevnish, it's amazing, is having an event in the next 3 hours. I cannot stay on the live stream for 3 hours, unfortunately. So, but she's having an event in the next 3 hours. So you guys are going to roam around Whitey streets, but make sure you set up your alarm so that you can get to Kevnish's 2-year anniversary party on YouTube. Kevnish is very supportive. We all know Kevnish is amazing. Let me see if I can pull up a channel so that you guys can go and jump over there. Kevnish, it's amazing. So yeah, she's having like 2 years on YouTube. I think it would be a nice hangout. And Kevnish has been to the Sunday service. You've all seen Kevnish at the Sunday service. So you need to go and like RSVP for the event. It's going down in the next 3 hours, and I can already see a number of you there. Let me see that I can share the screen. There we go. Yeah. So Kevnish is like live in the next like 3 hours. You can see it here. She's celebrating 2 years in the YouTube platform. Please, let's go jump there. And I know Americans will be awake. It will be probably early evening for you. I know there are people who are going to stay awake and they are going to turn on their alarms like me. So please make sure you do that. And, let's give support to this beautiful woman, right? That is one thing I urge you guys to do. Yeah, so that is it. And then let me see whether I can select the raid as you guys are figuring out Kevnish. David, can you kindly drop for me the command again, the raid command again? And I can see you guys, the messages you are typing for Trini. Tiffany says, I was live when he gave me my song. I thought for sure I was gonna cry. Simone also says the same thing. Hey, Vasily, welcome, Vasily. Nice to see you. Nice to see you, Vasily. Thanks so much for coming in. How is Canada? Yeah. So let me say that I can. Yeah. Even Simone says, when Trini did my Mo song, I cried when I heard it. But yeah, there's just a way he speaks to you as it's customized to you as a creator, and I think that is the superpower. Trini, that is your superpower. Blessed Life Jenny says, big tune, big up my brother. Thank you so much. I totally agree. Trini, thank you for all you do for the community, and thank you for paying attention. Sometimes I think you just need people can understand your brand as an outsider, and then they can speak into that brand. So yeah. So let me say they can get the raid destination. That is the end of receipts and stuff. You now have content for the week. Let me see where we can raid. I'd already selected Kevnish for the raid, but now because I don't want you guys to go and crash there, unless you guys want an intentional crash, but I don't want to do that. So let me send you guys on. Yeah. I almost sent you guys somewhere. Barry's live. Let me see else. Who's live. Dr. Alice. Carlos is live. Robon Courage. My spirit is selecting Robon Courage. Let me confirm that is there. Let me confirm that is there so that I don't send you guys on a crash. I know some people here are praying for me to crash after discussing receipt. It did not happen. Okay, Carlos is there on the panel. Okay, Robon Courage it is. I've selected Robon Courage. Okay, good. The raid has been done. The raid has been selected. David Ant has already dropped the raid command. Goga and Cheryl raid. Blue hearts and things. Let me see. David Ant just did it like a short while ago. Goga and Cheryl raid. That's what you're going to type when you land there. Let me see that I can pull it up. Beggy. I will play the Beggy on Wednesday. Okay. I don't know. David, help! Help! I've lost my raid command. David, help! Goga and Cheryl raid. I just need, okay, David or any of my channel members to please type for me that on the chat. Goga in capital letters and Cheryl. Goga and Cheryl raid. Blue and purple hearts. Blue and purple hearts. As I get the affirmation, I just lost the command. And I'm too lazy. You know what? I'm not even going to suffer. Let me get the affirmation. I need to release you guys. Let me get the affirmation. Okay, what is the affirmation? I just took a picture of it here. Thank you, David. Oh, David, you're the best. David, thank you. Thank you so much, David. Oh, what will I do without you, David? Even though we disagree on okra, but at least on one thing, David. Oh, David, and I have receipts for you. I will come and tell you tomorrow on your live stream. I have some very hot receipts. I just learned of some very hot receipts the other day. But Nina will be talking about it at the end of the month when she comes to the Sunday service about OBS. Thank you, Classic. Classic, I don't have any. Classic, who is Goaga? Classic, who is Goaga? Why are you typing my name wrongly? I'm going to tell your husband what you are doing the other day. When Classic hears me talking, Classic is always telling me to shut up and stop discussing stop discussing our family business. Okay, thank you. David has just done the command, guys. So Goga and Cheryl raid. There we go. You have a command. Thank you, Goga and Cheryl Reid. Perfect. So we are going to like Carlos. Carlos is visually impaired. Carlos cannot see charts. So please, when you go there, it may take time to like realize that we've landed there on the raid, but the daughter is always there to support him. So we are going to he will recognize shortly. So he only has 4 people watching. So when you land there, just give him time. He has a problem with his vision, with his sight. But he'll be able to. The good thing, he will be able to like acknowledge the raid shortly after that. So just drop those colors. The daughter is always there like to like tell him that this is happening on the chat. So please make sure that when you land there, don't feel like ignored or anything. We have to be very mindful and inclusive of everyone on YT, including those who are not necessarily gifted like the rest of us with with their vision or their sight. So when you land there, please extend the grace and stay there. I know he's working so hard to get his WH. Please let's make sure we do that so that at least we support him. All right. Thank you. That said, allow me to read the affirmation and then we can go. And the affirmation says, this is the affirmation. This affirmation was so powerful when I read it. And I want you to think of Cheryl as we are doing this and her message. The affirmation says, I'm reading a quote by Simon Alexander, and Simon says, there will come a moment in your life when you are standing at a crossroad. One path will feel familiar, predictable, and safe. The other path will feel uncertain, maybe even terrifying. But something about it will call out to you, as if your future self is trying to reach back and pull you forward. And this is the moment when many turn back, because comfort can be more seductive than the unknown. But if you want a life that truly lights you up, you must let go of your old life and choose courage, forgiveness, healing, the courage to live a life true to yourself, the courage to do something you've never done, and to become who you are never meant to be, or who you're meant to be rather. The truth is, a fulfilling life isn't stumbled upon. It is built, chosen, and nurtured over time. I will repeat that part. The truth is, a fulfilling life isn't stumbled upon. It is built, chosen, and nurtured over time. Never easy, but absolutely worth it. I affirm. Ladies and gentlemen, may you have a worthy week. May you have a week of forgiveness. May you have a week that is worth everything that you set up to it, and very intentional in whatever form it looks like. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for your gift of community. Enjoy your flight over to Carlos. When you land there, please let's make sure we affirm that brother of ours and make sure we push him at least a step towards monetization. God bless you, everyone. Thank you so much. It was your host, Goga, signing out on behalf of my co-pilot, Cheryl. Enjoy your flight. We are going to type Goga. We're going to type Goga and Cheryl Reid when we land there. Right. God bless. Take care of yourselves. Land there and let us make sure we surprise and bring. Blessed has advised me, don't put a lot of emojis. Just type once. He will be able to see you there, because he's using an app that helps him be able to read the charts. Don't type a lot of emojis. The emojis may confuse the app. Thank you so much, Blessed, for that. Thanks so much, Blessed, for that advice. I really appreciate that. All right. So yeah, when you land there, just type Goga and Cheryl Reid. You can type the first emojis and then the rest just keep the emojis so that they don't confuse the app. All right. Hi and bye, Mama Fisher. Thank you so much, guys. Enjoy your flight. I will see you over at Kevnish's party in the next 3 hours. Bye.
Stretch your pain and let it fly away. African drums make the spirit sway. Yoga with Goga, real connections make the good vibes flow. Studentship wisdom everywhere him go. Heart full of live lessons that the whole world know. From Kenya to Finland, people tuning in. Meditation start, let the healing begin. Mind get clearer when the breathing slow. Inner peace rise and the blessings grow. Warrior pose with the sunlight gleam. Building community and chasing dreams. Every live stream got encouragement, strong unity and wellness inside every song.
I almost crashed.
Free your
Change of
mind,
destination.
stand tall, don't fall. Let your soul
I almost crashed. Oh, I almost crashed.
Real life, wisdom, healing never end.
I almost crashed. We are changing the destination. I almost crashed. Hey, there are people who are praying here. Blessed, stop laughing. These people would have been, yo, those receipts. Oh my God, I serve a living God. I almost crashed. Change of destination. The good thing, I opened his live stream on one side and then I saw it had gone off. So let me pick another person. Let me see. Let me pick another person who may be live. Yo! That was close. Whew. I serve a living God. Kathleen's place. Oh, she got monetized now. Jennifer. Let me try Jennifer. We all love Jennifer anyway, so let me try Jennifer. Jennifer is trying to get 1,000 subscribers. Oh, good. Let me confirm Jennifer is live because I don't want us to go there and crash. Jennifer, please be live. Oh, these flights will show us things. Jennifer. I almost crashed. Yo! Trini says, I already started making the tune. No, you know this is what happens when you talk badly about. I waited for this crash. Look at them, they are praying for me to crash. Look, I serve a living God. When your enemies are busy praying for you to crash, you ask God to intervene and scatter their prayers. I am not going to crash. Not today. Hell, oh my God, these guys would have had a field day. Yo. Fluffy Diva would have content for her channel. Rezo will be talking about me tomorrow. Auntie will create something out of it as well. Trini will create a song. Yo, I serve a living. Let me confirm Jennifer is there first. I'm not going to like send myself to a crash site. I think Robon live stream I think Robon live stream ended prematurely. I think either it was an internet issue or something because it just ended prematurely because it was only 15 minutes. Let me confirm Jennifer is live. Yeah, Jennifer at least is live and she's working out. She'll be very happy. Okay, guys. We've got a new destination. Let me save. Right. Done. Okay. Now enjoy your flight. Hey, Abstract. Hey, and by Abstract, we're just on our way to our raid. And guys, it is Goga and Cheryl raid as David Ant posted. So make sure you type that on the screen. All right, guys, we are off now. The destination is set. New destination. We are flying to the US.
Yoga with Goga, real connections everywhere we go. Students and teachers One